What's up, brothers? What's up, brothers? What's going on? It's your dude, Mr. International Passport, back again for yet another classic live stream. First and foremost, how are you brothers doing? Who's in the building tonight? Okay, press a one in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear. Okay, press a one in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear, brothers. Press a one in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear. Visionary, I see you, bro. Thank you very much for confirming. Who else is there? Frank Harris in the building. What's up, Frank? I see you, bro. Base Pill Clips. Fantastic, fantastic. So, welcome, brothers, for another classic live stream. I am your gracious host, Mr. International Passport. I want to say first and foremost, thanks to those who have supported the channel over the past couple of years. Your support and appreciation has been greatly appreciated. And of course, welcome aboard the new viewers and subscribers to this growing, powerful movement called the International Passport Movement. Where I encourage brothers to get their passports, get into IT, and of course, travel the world and meet the woman of their dreams. Okay, Gabriel Gatson, I see you, bro. Fantastic. So, brothers, first and foremost, when you come in, please hit the like button. Your likes will be greatly appreciated. Likes are very important. Make sure you comment in the live stream, engage with the channel, and of course, support the channel throughout this live stream. Cash App, Super Chats. Join the Patreon Diamond tier if you want to be a part of my upcoming Python course that will be happening most likely next week, or if you want any special benefits that is in relation to the Patreon Diamond tier. Okay, fantastic. Tonight we'll be speaking about women in Berlin, Germany. I've got a very special guest here with me called Mr. Technician. How you doing, Technician?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic, bro. I'm doing fantastic. So our brother Technician is all the way out there in Germany. This is awesome, awesome. So, Mr. Technician, do you mind giving us a brief background as to who you are, where you're from, and anything special about you, brother?
Yeah, so I've been a long time supporter and been watching the videos here. I've been on a couple of other live streams and given some advice. Jumped in every once in a while. I am from the US. I'm based on the East Coast and I moved all the way to Berlin, Germany. Even though I'm based in Berlin, I've been a little all over the place. And I guess something special about me is I wasn't actually supposed to come to Germany. I was supposed to go to the Netherlands, but ended up here. So
Awesome, fantastic, bro. And I know you're having an awesome time out there in Germany so far. So, bro, you're currently in Berlin. How long have you been out there for, and how long will you stay out there for, brother?
cumulatively, it's been about 8 months cumulatively. So like on and off, including all that time has been 8 months. And how long I'm going to be out here? This is a permanent move, so I don't plan on going back. At least not permanently. I know I'm going to go back for like the holidays and stuff, but as far as how long I'm here, that's indefinite.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you, bro. Fantastic. So, my first question for you, brother, in regards to the women out there in Berlin is, are the women in Berlin checking heavy for brothers, bro? Give us a whole 9 yard, brother. What is your experience out there with women out there in Berlin, Germany? Are they checking for brothers, bro? You hear me, bro?
Overall, generally, yes.
Okay, awesome, bro. And who gives brothers the most play in terms of race, in terms of in terms of the demographics? Who's giving you the most play, and what do you see out there, bro?
Who's giving me the most play? Right now, the Ukrainians. And this is just it's my personal preference. I don't really have a thing for white women, so some of the cutest black women I've ever seen in my most attractive, cutest black women I've ever seen in my entire life have been in Germany. But as far as who gives me the most attention, it's usually the native Germans, the Ukrainians, and the Polish girls. But if you find a black girl out here, you have a leg up, especially if you're American or British, and you want to learn German and you actively try. Yeah, you can get any girl you want out here. It's easy.
Oh, oh wow. Okay, interesting, bro. Ukrainians, is that because of the war? A whole bunch of Ukrainian women have moved out there to Ukraine, to Germany.
Yeah, so there was a big rush of Ukrainians to Berlin. They've since scattered, but a lot of them stayed. So there's a lot of Ukraine, especially at the nightclubs. They're hunting. They're hunting.
So wait, they're hiring for brothers specifically, for black men specifically, bro.
In my experience, yes, but I think that all depends on like where you hang out for nightclubs. So like, I like Caribbean music because I'm Caribbean, and like hip hop because I live next door to a hip hop club. So even tonight, like if I look outside, there's like a group of people outside, and earlier in the night, there were a lot of Ukrainians kind of just sitting outside, and like if you're a Ukrainian woman, you're going to a hip hop club or Caribbean club. We know what you're here for. We know what kind of time you want.
This is awesome, bro. So, bro, out there in Berlin, Germany, can you break down the, how do I say it, the dating scene there? Is it as crazy as what we see in America and in the UK? Is it more chilled out there? How is the dating dynamics out there in Berlin, Germany, bro?
Uh, I would definitely say it depends on like who you want to surround yourself with. So if you're there's something for everybody out here. So if you're really really chill, then you can definitely find that kind of chill girl, that chill crowd. So like I guess the best example it would be like every weekend there's like hardcore party goers. So if you're like with that crowd, dating will get crazy. But if you're more into like the chill club scene, like there's some clubs where it's more like lounges and they're way more chill. They have jazz clubs out here. So it all depends on like the type of vibe you're looking for. But it's a crazy spectrum. It can be really chill or it can be really crazy. It all depends on what you're looking for. But they got it out here.
Oh, okay. So incredible, bro. So who? So let's say hypothetically speaking, right? A brother moves to Berlin, Germany. Who are the groups of women in terms of race and culture that he should be targeting? Is it Japanese girls? Is it the Ukrainian girls? Is it the black girls? Break it down for us, bro. Who out there should we be targeting in general?
I would say it depends on the kind of lifestyle you want to live. So if you're like, let's say you move here and you really want to learn, well, let's say you move here, you really want to be like a party promoter, right? And if you're from the States, let's say you're from New York, well, you're already hooked into like all of the all the songs basically before they get here. So you want to shoot for like that crowd. So if you're talking about in general, basically like native Germans, they love us out here. Like native German girls will scoop you up within a week or two, and it's crazy, man. Like they're out here hunting, especially especially in Berlin. Like the winter, it gets really depressing. So the girls out here, they start getting more and more aggressive the closer Christmas comes, because they're looking to be warm for the winter. If you catch my drift.
Oh wow, brother, this is great intel so far. And brothers, please get the likes up, man. It's gonna be a classic evening tonight about Berlin, Germany. So please support, cash app, super chats, hit that like button too, brothers. Okay. So next question for you, brother, is let's speak about what are the best places to meet women in Berlin, Germany. Break down the whole dynamic for us, brother.
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. Like if you're really really flashy, you're not gonna get a lot of attention. You might, but you might get it from the wrong type of people. If you're just chilling out and you want to focus on how can I put this? I would say if you come here, get a hobby. Put it that way. Don't make women your only hobby. Do something else. And if you're really, really chill and you really like your hobby, they'll just come to you. So like there's like a really big like there are a lot of really big scenes here. They're big, but they're kind of low key. So you kind of have to lock yourself in. So like if you want to join the anime group here, just show up to one of the meetups and just be really, really interested in anime. And one of the girls will just pick you out. They'll snatch you up.
What? Hey, hold on, bro.
Like if you're especially if you're American or British, they'll take you, and it'll be quick.
Oh, damn. Hold on, bro. So this anime club you're speaking about, is that on meetup.com or is that something else, brother? Is that what you're referring to?
So it can be. I'll put it to you like this: there are groups for everything in Berlin, but the ones that don't have like an advertising group, those are the ones you want to get into, because those are the ones where you kind of have to know someone to get in. And for those types of groups, those usually have like the girls that are the most chill and the girls that are the most pretty.
Interesting, bro. And how are you in any type? Are you in any type of groups at the moment, brother, in Berlin?
Yeah, I'm in a lot of different groups. So like there's a really big Caribbean community here in Berlin, but again, they're very low key. The best way I can describe Berlin is you have to make friends. If you're bad at making friends, this is a really bad city for you. But once you get that core group of friends, they'll show you the rest of the city. So I'm hooked in with a lot of Caribbean people. So I go to every 2 weeks. I go out to like this Caribbean club, and I get free tables, I get free drinks, I get free food, and it's just because I'm locked in with those friend groups. So you just got to make friends out here. Once you start making friends, especially in Berlin, all it takes is one good friend, and they'll open so many doors for you. But if you're trying to like, I'm not saying you shouldn't go to any of the groups that are advertised. I'm not saying don't do that. What I'm saying is if you're just a very sociable person, you're really nice, really kind. Like Germans are very upfront. It's very difficult for them to be, how can I put this? At least from my perspective, a lot of German people, they don't put on a facade. So if they like you, they like you. It's not like they're going to use you to get something. If they like you, they want you here. They want you at the party. They say, hey, I'm going to bring some girls. They're going to bring some girls. If they say, hey, the girls are chill, the girls are chill, they mean what they say. So it's not one of them things where you have to one up someone in like a social circle. Once you're in the group, you're in. And if they say, I'm going to hook you up, they'll hook you up.
Wow. Brothers, get the likes up, please. We've got over 55 people watching. Can we please get the likes up? Okay, this is going to be a very informative live stream as always. So at least support, brothers. Okay, so please support the channel and the movement. Get those likes up, please, brothers. Okay, that's very important. Shout out to the brother Irregular Data for the $2 Canadian super chat. IP, sign up for your Patreon, ready for Python. Yes, indeed. Fantastic, bro. You already know, brothers, I'll be teaching a Python course very, very soon. Most likely next week, classes will start. The cutoff period to join the Python class is Wednesday next week. Okay, so make sure you join the Patreon Diamond tier to be a part of the Python class. We're going ham on this IT movement this by the end of the year, moving on to 2023. Okay, if you're serious about IT, let me know. Join our Patreon Diamond tier. Thank you very much, bro. Looking forward to seeing you in class. Fantastic, bro. Awesome. So, brother, can we speak more about the anime club there? What type of woman are in those anime clubs? Okay, are they good looking? And how did you find that anime club? Break it down for us, bro.
All right, so I'm just going to be 100% honest. Like, where I come from, there's not that there's not that many women in anime clubs, and if they are there, I'm not trying to be mean to them, but they're generally like, I'm not gonna say they're not good looking, but they're not like turning heads. But this is just my experience. I could be wrong. Your experience could be different. Like I said, so far, out of the women that I've seen in Germany, the ones that I like are in my social circles, I have not seen a woman below a 7 at this point. At least for now, I haven't seen one. And like I said, I'm from the East Coast, so for people who in New York City, like you get what I'm saying. They're not below a 7 out here. So you said, how did I find this group? Okay, uh, like when I go to work, I take the train, and near my job is this small little cafe. There's a bunch of cafes in Berlin, and I'm still learning German. So how I learn German is I sometimes read manga in German, and every morning, not every morning, let's say it's like every other morning, I sit there and I have my coffee and I read my manga. And eventually there was this woman, and she worked in the other office. Like she has this dog, and I just say hi every once in a while. But out of the blue, she started sitting down and we would chat every once in a while. And after about a week, she was like, there's this one group I think you would enjoy. She took me to this library, and it's just a bunch of other people that like the same thing that I like. And I'm not saying this to say that I didn't go to other groups, but this one kind of just came out of left field. I didn't expect that. That's what I meant by if you have a hobby and you're really good at it, they'll just pick you up. Because she kind of just took me to this place, and there were just other people there, and they're like, "Oh, cool, he's American. Let's talk more about anime. Let's talk more about manga." And now I'm at the point where we do something every week. We meet up every week, and that's how I got in. And I've gotten to other groups like that where I'm just minding my own business, and people are just like, "Oh, you don't speak German? That's a weird accent. Where are you from? Are you from America? Okay, cool. You want to meet some other people? All right, cool. Follow me." That's generally how it goes. But as long as you're not a mean person or you're not like crazy flashy, they'll generally approach you.
Wow. Following on from that question, brother, the demographics of women in the anime club, are they mostly white? Are they mostly Latinas, mostly Japanese, Asian women? You know we love our Asian women on this channel, bro.
So right now it's a mixture between like either African or like half black and like native German. That's the majority of them. Now there's another group that I'm in where like I only meet up with them maybe once a month. They're mostly Turkish.
Wow. This is crazy. this is crazy. So brother, apart from joining groups, right, to meet women, where else do you recommend to meet women? Is it at the library? Is it in the parks? And how aggressive are women out there towards getting a black man? Are you experiencing women in your groups trying to get to know you, trying to take you out? 2 questions for you, bro.
The first part cut off, but I'll answer the part that I understood, and we can circle back. You said what I think I heard was who's the most aggressive, and I mean, this is kind of like a 2-part answer. The first answer is like, again, this is just my experience. Like at this point, it happens basically like every weekend. I go to the same bars. I hang out at the same bars. So I see the regulars. And usually when a new girl comes in, like, this is what I mean by they're hunting. Because, like, it's not just one girl. It'll always be, like, one girl and, like, her friends. And maybe they work together, or maybe they're, like, they came from another place together, whatever. And they'll pick me out. They'll be like, oh, what is he drinking? Cool, buy him another one. And they'll just sit down and talk to me. But as far as the demographics, when I go out to bars, it's usually the Ukrainians or native Germans. Now, if I'm out like playing sports or something, or if I'm like sitting at like a coffee shop or something near my job or near one of my hangout spots, depending on what time of day it is and what I'm wearing, it's usually like mixed girls. So like half black, half German. Those are the ones that are usually quote unquote aggressive, but they're more aggressive in like a feminine way. But the Ukrainians, they're basically like dudes, bro. They're just like, I want you. You're coming home with me tonight.
Oh, wow. Oh my goodness, brother. What about the Japanese or the Asian women out there, the East Asian woman and the Southeast Asian woman? Are they checking for brothers out there in Berlin, Germany?
In Berlin, I would say it depends on what you define. Like, there's not a lot of Japanese out here. They exist. They all live in like one neighborhood, kind of, and they kind of keep to themselves. I don't really have too much experience because they kind of just keep to themselves. The biggest Asian community out here is Chinese Vietnamese. The Vietnamese girls, yes, but you got to be kind of careful because a lot of them live in a part of the city where like they kind of are on the hunt for white men. But the closer you get to like the middle of the city, it's a little bit better. But if you're looking for an Asian girl out here, if you don't speak Chinese or you don't have a lot of experience with Chinese girls, I don't really recommend it. The second biggest demographic that I've seen are girls from Indonesia. So if you can get one, I'm sure they'd be open to it. But I'm not gonna say there's not that many out there, but they're not. I'm not gonna say they're not checking, but you got to be in their circles. So once you're in their circles, yeah. But if you're not in their circles, it's kind of hard to find them.
Interesting. Awesome, bro. Brother, apart from my first question was apart from the clubs, the meetups, what are the best ways to meet women? Would it be um, dating apps? Would it be in the park? Would it be in the library? Any more avenues to meet women that are beautiful, feminine, submissive, and loving towards black men?
Yeah, I have a coworker, and he does dating apps, and he's out with a different girl like every other week. I just personally don't use dating apps because out here I don't need them. Like again, as long as you have some confidence, you can pretty much walk up to any girl and like cold approach. And I tried cold approaching in the States and I thought it would never work, but out here it works all the time. So if you just see a girl you like, you want to go up and go talk to her, just go up and go talk to her. And here in Berlin, everyone speaks a little bit of English, so I don't think you need dating apps. So, you can use them. You'll definitely work for you if you really want to use them. But in my experience, most German girls are a little bit more receptive if you just like walk up and start speaking with them, especially here in Berlin.
Damn. Awesome. Thank you, bro. This is fantastic. Shout out to the brother, Mr. Justin Wilson, for the $4.99 super chat. Appreciate you, Justin. Long time no speak. Hope you're well, brother. Another classic already. Good evening, brothers. Good evening to you too, Justin Wilson. Thank you very much, bro. Shout out to Mr. Haru of Commit for the $1.49 super sticker. Thank you for the support, Haru. Much appreciation, bro. Thank you very much. Rex the Kid, please cash up and super chat your questions. Those are the rules for the channel, okay? If you have any questions, please cash up and super chat your questions. So, next question to you, brother, is in regards to feminism. You're out there in Berlin, Germany, permanently. How is the feminism out there? Is it a problem? Is it as bad as America and UK? Break it down for us, bro.
So when you say you have to define that because being here in Berlin, I've kind of tiered it. So it's kind of three tiers at this point. There's what I like to call like radical. There's like the moderate, and there's like the idealist. That's how I categorize it. As far as radicals, I haven't really met them. If they do exist, they're very radical towards white people. Like for like white men, they're very radical towards white men. But if you're not white, the feminism thing doesn't really exist here. At least not in the. It doesn't really exist in the same way. Rather, so I want to say no, but I want to say no in the sense that like they don't hate men out here. It's not like they hate you, but if you get what I mean, it's hard to explain that.
Interesting. Okay. Interesting. So, is it more of like they just want equality and it's not about, oh, I hate men, men are trash. It's just that they want respect, I'm guessing.
Exactly. Yeah. As a matter of fact, basically every German girl, native German girl I've been with has been straight up like, when I talk to her, she's like, I'm paying 50-50. Like, if you pay today, I'm paying tomorrow type deal. I've anytime you try to like, it was a German girl who said this. She was like, you don't have to like, if you show masculinity, she's just like, you don't have to do that. Like, I appreciate you doing that, but that's not required.
Okay, interesting, bro. Fantastic. Let me ask this, brother. Oh, carry on. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, but very, very stark dichotomy for the other groups. So like the Ukrainian girls, they like that. Like if you pay, like if you show masculinity or masculine traits rather, they like that. They're like crazy receptive to it. Same thing with the Turkish girls. Same thing. So if you're like a man's man, I mean, stop. I'll do something this otherwise. Like if you pay for her and you quote unquote take care of her, like they'll take care of you. Put it that way. There was this Ukrainian girl. Again, I'm not interested in Ukrainian women at all, but she came to my house and she cleaned my apartment. And she said I did that because you protected me from you. I felt safe around you. So because I felt safe around you, this is my way of repaying you. But a German woman would just do that. She wouldn't say this is why she did it, if that makes sense.
Hmm. Brother, why are you not interested in Ukrainian women, bro? I think they're probably one of the top-notch white women out there that have not been fully poisoned by feminism. You can still save them. What's going on there, bro?
It's just I don't really like white women too much, but more for you.
Same here, bro. I'm not really on that white woman train as well. For me, mixed race black woman, peanut butter skin black woman, East Asian woman, Southeast Asian woman, and Latinas. You're right, bro. I ain't really on that white woman. So more for brothers in live stream chat. um. So next question for you, brother, is: Are the women good looking out there in Berlin, Germany? Body wise, facial wise, break it down for us, bro. And and and
Man,
and and,
she's
and the follow up from that, bro, is who are the most good looking group of women out there as well? Race.
Jesus Christ. I'll put it to you like this. I have to struggle to find fat people here. Like it's a game me and my friends play. Like if we see a fat person, we're just like, all right, put $1 in. Like it's difficult to find fat people here. And as far as like, are they good looking? Again, like I said, so far, I have not. Well, for the type of women that I'm looking for, so like black women, mixed, Latinas, East Asians, I have not met one under a 7. They don't exist. They just don't exist here. So if you're asking
Wow.
if they're good looking, I mean, the the term that I use all the time is breaking my neck because like on a Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, if you go out to like Mitte or you go out to like or like any popular club or bar, you're just gonna break your neck. You're just gonna be like, oh, there's one. You turn your neck, oh, there's another one. There's another one. It's just too many.
Wow. Let me ask this, bro. Who are the most good looking? Give me your top three good looking women, brother, in terms of race. And be with us, bro. Who's killing it out there in Berlin, Germany?
Who's killing it? Oh, I'll rank it from top 3, starting with number 3. Who's killing it? The Latinas out here are absolutely murdering it. It's not even a competition, bro. Number 3, like compared to everyone else, if you can, because there's a big Latino population out here. There's a lot of Brazilians. There's a lot of people from Venezuela. There's a lot of Chileans, and they all hang out in the same spots. So if you really want that, I can show you where to go find them. And again, bro, like when I go out, there's a club called Havana. When I go to Havana, it's open tomorrow, so I'm going tomorrow. But like every month, they have like a party night. It's all like Latino music. Again, you'll go there. There's no woman there below an 8. It's absolute murder. Like if you take a woman from the States and bring her here, she would just break down. She probably couldn't handle it. Number 2, I probably have to say the Vietnamese girls. Like they're absolutely killing it. I haven't seen a Vietnamese girl below an 8. They don't exist out here. And number 1, this is just because this is just who I look for. There's a lot of the African women out here. Like I wouldn't say African / mixed, but basically every African woman I've seen, when they're out at the club, it's a lot of like 8s and 9s. It's a little ridiculous.
Okay, this is crazy, brother. I've got a follow-up question from that, brother. Are
Please.
the Africans, mixed race black women, Latinas, and the Turkish women checking for brothers out there in Berlin, Germany, bro?
I'm gonna answer like this. If you come here looking for one and you don't find one within 2 weeks, I will pay for your ticket back. I promise you.
Bro,
If you come here for 2 weeks, and you can't find a Latina, an African mixed girl, if you can't find like anyone in that group to be with you, I will personally pay for your ticket back.
Whoa, bro, those are some big words, brother. Those are some big words, bro. Big words there, bro. Big flipping words. This is crazy. Wow. So they're checking her, brother. The Turkish, Latinas, the mixed race black woman, all 3 of them, they're checking. Because to me, very good looking women, brothers. They're checking you. You're telling me, bro, they're checking really hard for brothers in Berlin. Those groups of women.
And I'll give you a tip. Like if you want a Latina here, I'll give you a tip. If you can speak a little bit of Spanish, you got it in the bag. And if you can speak a little bit of Spanish and you can dance like salsa or bachata, that's game over. They'll leave with you the same night. You don't even gotta be good. Like you don't even gotta be good. If you can just speak a little bit of Spanish and dance a little bit of salsa, a little bit of bachata, game over.
Wow. So how do we pull a Turkish woman there in Berlin? 'Cause I know they check for brothers, but they got the whole family thing going on. They're Muslim. How do we pull a Turkish woman out there, bro?
It just depends. So like you gotta be where the good girls are. The good girls, like if you're looking for a wife out here, that's where you gotta go. And you're not gonna find them at the club. I mean, you could, but they're not the type of Turkish girl like that's like traditional. So because I know there's some guys that aren't looking for that. They just want like a girl, like a party girl who's gonna go out with them. If you want that, go to the clubs. Talk one up. Let her know like, hey, I'm from the States. And if she's from the States, she's very multicultural. She'll vibe with you. But if you're looking for like traditional Turkish girl and like big family, you gotta go to like the non-club related stuff. You're gonna go to like an art show, go do some yoga or something. That's where they are.
Oh, and what about meeting the mixed race black woman? Where do we meet them in? Actually, this would be a great question, right? So, brother, can you break down, right? So let's say we want to find our wives in Germany, and we want to pick from a woman that's either Latina, mixed race black woman, Eastern European white woman, Asian, etc., etc. Where in Berlin do the groups of women hang out where we can go out there and we've got a good chance of finding a wife out there in Berlin? What areas is it? Is it Mitte? Is it Friedrichstraße? All that stuff. I've been there before. I've got the names. Break it down for us, bro.
Okay, so you said looking for wives. So I guess a follow-up question to that would be, how fast do you want to get to know their family? Because from what I've seen out here, once you meet their family, you're basically in. But the type of girls that you're looking for, A lot of them won't go to the club every weekend. They'll go every once in a while, but they're not going there every weekend. They're going to art galleries. So if you want to go to an art gallery, the museum aisle or Friedrichstraße. So that was a good one. Friedrichstraße is a good one. There's a bunch of like pop-up shops and like vintage clothes shopping. So they're out there. Humana, you can go to like the secondhand shops or like the vintage shops. They're out there. They even have these. Honestly, I would say nowadays, like the best place to go, like a park, like Mawa Park, because they have things on the weekends. You see, they have like these little flea markets on the weekends. Go there, just do regular stuff. You don't always have to go to the club. But I would say if you're looking for like Latinas or like mixed race black people, I've had the most success at a flea market because they've got a little bit of everything. So like they're like you might find one like sifting through clothes, just be like, hey, just toss her a little compliment. You look good in that. That's all it takes, especially for the mixed race black people. If you're black, they'll just pick you out. You'll be what? They'll be like, no, wait, come back, come back. Where are you from? All it takes is a quick conversation. And for a lot of the mixed race black people, a lot of them, I'm not going to say they don't see other black people, but they can just tell that you're not from here, especially when you speak. So when you start speaking, a lot of mixed race black people I know, here at least, they want to practice their English. And some of them are pretty good. So if they have a good grasp on English, it's very easy to conversate with them. Super easy. Same thing with the Latinos. A lot of the Latinos I've met, they have a really good grasp on English. So once you find them there, they'll let you know what they like to do. And then you can kind of just follow their vibe. Like a lot of the Latinas I know, they don't go to the club. If they do, it's just with their group of friends. But a lot of them like to go like dancing. So bachata, salsa, like you'll meet them there. That's where they are. And a lot of the mixed race girls here, like they go to like very cultural events. So like museums or like they have like these things called like Keats festivals, so like neighborhood parties, like a block party. But they give you like the culture of the neighborhood. So like in a couple of weeks, my neighborhood will have a Keats Fest, and there's like two big Jamaican families that live there. So you're gonna find them there. They're gonna be trying out all the different foods. So if you meet one mixed race girl, her family's from the let's say her family's from like Niger, and she wants to try other African dishes, she's not gonna go to the club, bro. She's gonna go to the Keats Fest where all the other Africans are. They're gonna be cooking food outside, and she wants to try the food. That's where you're gonna find her at. You got to go there.
Oh my goodness, this is crazy, bro. This is crazy, brother. Be honest with me, right? Is Berlin the right city to find a wife in, or is it simply a party city to have fun? It's okay, brother. Be real with me. Can we actually find a wife there? And for me, a good wife is a virgin, or at least a very very low body count. Can we find that out there in Berlin, Germany? And who are the best race women to find a wife in? And be real with me, brother. If we can't find it out there, I'm cool with that, brother. If there's no virgins out there, if they all have high body counts, I'm cool with that, bro. I'll go somewhere else. Break it down for us, bro.
Is it possible? Definitely. I would say it's definitely possible. I know plenty of girls who are either virgins or have below 3 body counts, so they exist out here. They definitely exist. Is it a good place to find a wife? Personally, I would say yes. Personally, but I would say that you can't look in the traditional ways like you would in another city. You kind of have to dig a little deep into Berlin. Berlin has a lot of layers. So once you get below Berlin's surface, it's easy to find what you're looking for. But if you're new here, you're going to need to spend a little time here before you get what you want. So I would say Berlin, yes, but you got to have a little patience.
Brother,
If you
you
don't
said
have
you
any
know.
patience, we go to Hamburg.
Brother, let me ask you this way. So you said you know virgins and low body counts women in Berlin. What race are they, bro? And how old are they?
African, and all of them are below 25. And I do know like a handful of Latinas, they're also below 25. I think a better answer to your question would be what are some of the traits they have? Because of all the women I know that fit the description, they all have very, very big families. Like all the girls I know who have body counts below three, and the virgins, they all have at least four siblings. At least.
This is interesting. Brother, have they personally told you their body count and their virgins? And how did you open up that conversation with them, without them being, defensive like these Western BITHs out here in the West, bro?
I mean, to be very fair, a lot of them grew up in Germany, and something I noticed with Germans is they're very blunt. They're not afraid to admit that. So, and for a lot of them, I had a chance to meet their family. So if they didn't tell me, their mothers, their brothers, their sisters, or their fathers told me. In a lot of cases, especially for the African ones, they're just like, nah, nah, she's not like
Oh,
that. She's had one or two dudes, and that's it. And I was like, you for real? And they're like, you don't believe me? Go ask my sister. And her sister was like, nah, it's only been two.
brother.
But like I
Uh,
said, the one big trait that I've seen with all of them, they all have really big families. Like
mm,
the one virgin I know, she has five brothers.
mm. Brother, let me ask this right. You say African. Is it mostly Ghanaians out there in Berlin, Germany? Or is it a mixture of African countries?
It's a very wide mixture. Like I can't say any one group is the dominant one, but there are certain neighborhoods like Vetting. If you go to Vetting, there's a lot of Ghanaians in Vetting. It's a lot of Congolese in Vetting. But for the city as a whole, there's not one majority, but there is a lot of them here. I've seen more Africans here in Germany than I have back home in the States. It's a little ridiculous.
Whoa. Brother, I think it's very important that you mentioned about the African community there in Berlin, Germany, and how the women are there. Um, when I was in Germany, I personally didn't feel like German men gave a lot of love to black women out there as compared to the Asian and the white women there. Do you also see that experience there in Berlin, Germany, that basically they're not high on the list of German men's um what's the word for it, preferences? Would you agree with that, bro? And and that gives us a way for us black men to come there and scoop them up. Do you agree with me, bro, or do you disagree?
That's not far off. I would say you're not far off, but I would definitely say that I'm not going to say that they're not high on the list, but well, when it comes to Asians and other groups, I'm not going to say they're not high on the list, but I would say that Germans are a little bit more accepting. So, like, not in the States, it would be like there's a very clear hierarchy. I don't think that exists here. That's something I'm still coming to grips with a little bit
Hmm.
because it goes both ways. I would say it goes like for men, I would say in the States there's a hierarchy, and for women in the States there's a hierarchy. And here in Germany, there's not really a hierarchy. So in Berlin, I've seen it. Like it's a lot. There are a lot more like white men with black women here. I've definitely seen it, but I don't think any one group is the majority because there are some days I'll go outside and I'll just see like mad white dudes with Asian women. And there's some
Mm.
days I go outside and I'll see mad white dudes with black women. But to contrast that, to flip it, there sometimes I go outside and there are a lot of men, there are a lot of black men with Asian women. And then sometimes I go outside, there are a lot of black men with white women. So it's very hard to like pin that down.
Interesting, bro. Interesting. Um, I will say this before the super chats and cash apps, right? East Asian women, they are killing it right now in the dating game. Okay, you come over to Vancouver, Canada, brothers, they are the number one woman out here. Okay, every high value male is gunning after an East Asian woman. It was the same case that I saw in Germany too. It's happening over out there in the UK too. East Asian women, they're killing it right now in the dating game, bro. Every high value man wants at least one Asian woman in his life. I don't know what's happened in the last few years, but a lot of dudes, black, white, Indian, whatever, they want an East Asian chick. It's crazy seeing this, bro. And a lot of white women are salty about this. I spoke to a brother the other day, so it's crazy seeing how the world is changing, man. Shout out to Mr. Dre Brion for the £8.90 Cash App. Appreciate you, bro, for supporting the channel. Thank you very much for the Cash App, bro. Shout out to Mr. Frank Harris, the boss, for the £4.45 Cash App. Thank you, bro. I appreciate the support. It means a lot to me. Shout out to Mr. Johnny Walker, the king, for the $5 super chat. What's up, Johnny? How you doing, bro? From Germany to Canada and back to Germany. All right, I see you, IP. Much appreciation to our guests for dropping CIA level, CIA grade intel in Germany. Thank you for the kind words, bro. Appreciate you very much, Mr. Johnny Walker. Thank you, bro. Yeah, awesome. Shout out to Mr. Dark Ninja for the $4.99 super chat. Thank you, bro, for the support. Come across any Balkan girls in Berlin, Germany? Good question from the technician.
Yes. All right, so this is just my experience, and someone can come and correct me if they want to. I admit I haven't been in Berlin very long, but there are three groups that control Berlin. And when I say control, I mean three ethnic groups that control Berlin. It's number one, it's the Turkish. The Turkish families out here, they run Berlin. Don't get it twisted. A lot of the organized crime, a lot of the money laundering, it's a lot of the Turkish folks out here. So if you get in good with the Turkish families, you're in. The second group, Albanians. They run this city. A lot of put it this way, if you get an Albanian girlfriend and you meet her dad and her dad likes you, anything you need is a phone call away. Let's put it that way. Let's just put it that way. And number three is a lot of the Serbians here. So in East Berlin, something you'll notice, especially if you want to learn the language, a lot of people here in Berlin, it's called Berlinerisch. It's a very specific dialect of German out here. A lot of other people will mix their language into German, and you'll see it's more prevalent the further east you go. So Friedrichshain, Bergmann-Kiez, there's a lot of Russians, and a lot of these Russians are they have some sort of beef with the Serbs, and a lot of Serbians also live in that area too. So it's very easy to come across women from the Balkan region, especially in East Berlin. So I've come across many of them, and if you have some good family values, if you talk about wanting to have a family, and you don't have to be a rich dude. If you're very consistent, you go to work, you save money, and you're very modest in the way you live, a lot of them like that. And they don't really, I'm not going to say, yeah, I'll say that. A lot of them don't really care if you're black or not. I'm not going to say they're checking, but if anything, they look for a man with values. So if you're a black man with values, you don't dress flashy, and you're on your purpose, you're on your grind, and you say, I'm building to have a family, that's how you get them. 100%. They like that.
Okay. So they're checking as well, huh?
I would say they are. But again, I'm not going to say it's I need a black person, but a lot of them do like the idea that a lot of black people they meet are very hardworking, and they do like that.
This is fantastic, bro. And yep, let me make it very clear. Turkish people have a lot of power in Germany. They have a lot of history in Germany too, from World War II.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They were brought in to build certain parts of the country. They own now in 2022. They own a lot of shops there, etc., etc. They have a lot of power. Their economic power, and they get a bit angry when they see their women with brothers. A brother told me that in Hamburg, the women are checking, but the men don't like it too much. And a problem out there is that they have all this money, They have more money than black men in Berlin, Germany, but the money is not attracting the woman to Turkish men. Would you agree with that, technician? Because that's what I was told out there in Hamburg.
That is facts. That's 100% facts. Like, it's happened to me like a few times where a Turkish dude is like, if you're seeing this girl, you should probably stop. And they don't really go into like too many reasons as to why, but it doesn't take a rocket scientist to catch a couple hints. But I would say if you're coming to Germany, um, I'm not gonna say money isn't important, but flashing a bunch of money isn't really gonna get you anywhere here. So, like you said, IP, a lot of them are really upset at the fact that like they can't just wave money and do what they want when it comes to women. So if they put in a lot of effort and they get rejected, but they see you come along and you put in a little effort and you get what they want, they don't like that.
That's facts. That's big facts, and which is the reason why I don't see myself. What's that airplane? What is this? Why is there an aeroplane this time of the night? Weird country, bro. Weird. So as I was saying, brothers, don't come out there thinking you can be 21 Savage, Chief Keef, and flashing your money around, because the Turkish guys, they do that and they ain't getting no play from the woman. Brothers who have literally nothing in Germany, I've seen it myself in my own two eyes, with the baddest chicks, and they ain't got a lot of money. Okay. And it's one of the reasons why I don't see myself living in Germany forever, because the Turkish people, they have so much power there and they don't really like black men. Okay, so I can't be in communities unless it's a black community, in Germany, where I'm amongst Turkish people and I know how they feel about me. I'm not sure if you agree with that, technician.
The Turkish people are very nice. I would just say uh, they're very easy to switch once you get involved with a Turkish woman. Now, the only exception I've seen is I work with a guy, and he's from Canada, and he speaks German, he speaks Turkish, he speaks Farsi, and and he's Muslim. So I think he's like an anomaly, but they love him out here. They absolutely love him, and his wife is Turkish. And based off my experience with him, it's not that they don't like black people. That's not what it is. What it is that um, they don't like black people that are not like willing to integrate themselves into the culture before getting with a Turkish woman.
Mm,
But I kind of understand that because a lot of them are Muslim, and if you are not Muslim, they think that you're taking their daughter and like corrupting them. Using his words, he said that you're corrupting them. They no longer want to follow the teachings that they were taught when they were younger. So,
mm,
in a sense, yes, they don't like black people, but in the other sense, based off what I understand from my coworker, he's like a lot of them. I'm not going to use the word sympathize, but they have the same ideals as a lot of black people because they understand that they came from hardship and a lot of Turkish people came from hardship. So that's something that a lot of them kind of sync with. But again, it's the idea that you can just marry into their family and know nothing about their culture. That's what they don't
yes.
like. They like to keep their culture there. And if you're not willing to accept their culture, they don't like you very much.
Mm, very, very true. Very true. And I would say they're losing control of their women. A lot of the women are into brothers. A lot of Turkish women are into South Korean guys. There's a huge chunk of Turkish women moving to South Korea.
That's facts. That's facts. I would say if you come out here and you really want a Turkish girl, you want to impress her family, like just respect Islam as a culture and attempt to speak their language. That's how you impress their family. Like if you want to learn their culture, they don't care if you date their daughter. They don't care.
Very, very true. So if you're a Muslim brother, you should have no issues. I think Muslim brothers have it easiest when it comes to dealing with Turkish women. Any brother that isn't Muslim, 50-50. So just bear that in mind, brothers. Wouldn't you agree?
I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
Awesome, awesome. Um, so next question for you, brother, is in regards to, black men's position out there in Berlin, Germany. Berlin, Germany is a capital city. Are black men getting money there? Have you experienced any racism there? How are black men treated there by the culture? And is there opportunities for black men to make big money? It's particularly in IT, because I'm pushing out IT for brothers. IT allows that flexibility, can pay you well to travel around the world.
So the first question was, are black people like, do they have some sort of economic force here?
Yes.
I want to say yes, but keyword there. Before you can get the money, you have to have like the papers to be here and to work here. And I will say, if you are American, if you're from a Western country, like a Western developed country, so US, UK, Australia, Canada, if you're one of them countries, getting here is very easy if Germany currently has a shortage of skilled labor. So I think the biggest ones on the list are people in STEM fields, mechanical engineering, a lot of trades. If you're willing to learn a trade here, it's easy to get here. And then once you're here, because you're American, you'll have preference for a lot of jobs. And if you're willing to learn German and actually learn German in a decent amount of time, you will get picked for most jobs here. Like off rip. You're an American who speaks English, who knows German or is willing to learn German. And if you want to go to school, that's even easier, especially if you went to school in America before coming to Germany. Germans love Americans. They love Canadians, they love British people, and they love Australians. And if you want to move here and immigrate here, even better. So generally, you'll get picked first for a lot of things. As far as economic power goes, it's growing. Obviously, as an American, they expect you to come with more money. But what I've seen is that a lot of people from Western countries have their attitude towards economic wealth is different than most Germans. Like most people that come here have some sort of semblance of how like compounding interest works. They know how to like conduct business deals off the side. It's not just work your job. A lot of people who come here who are from Western countries, it's work your job, have a side gig that pays like a quarter or half of what your day job brings in, and slowly build out more income streams. I'm not saying regular Germans don't do it, but I haven't seen most Germans do it. I've seen a lot of people from other countries do it, specifically the Western countries. So yeah, the economic power is there. It's growing. There's just not that many people here yet. But what I'm seeing is that there are a lot of people who came here, moved here, started families, and taught their kids the same thing. You can kind of see it in who owns what and who's buying what to build what, if you pay attention, at least.
Interesting, bro. That's a great answer to that question. Let me ask this, bro. Can we raise a family in Berlin, Germany? Because I know how German culture is, but you've been there longer for me. You're living there right now. Yeah, you can find your wife there, but is it the correct country to raise your family there? Particularly if you're a conservative-minded traditional brother that wants your kids to have that traditional conservative mindset.
Most definitely. I would definitely say that. If you want to raise a family here, not only is it a good place to raise a family, the government will pay you for having one. I mean, I'm not telling you to. I'll put it to you like this. When I was in the German immigration office, one of the questions the woman asked me was, "Do you want to immigrate to Germany permanently?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "Are you willing to learn German?" I said, "Yes." "Are you willing to pay taxes?" "Yes." And she was just like, "Well, if you keep that same mindset, you'll be naturalized in a year."
This is crazy. Oh man, and brothers, Karen, bro, sorry.
It was. She made a comment when I left. She was like, "If you want to be naturalized faster, Just have a few kids. They doesn't even have to be from a German woman. Just have a couple of kids and be involved in their life and let the government see that. And the government will naturalize you faster and give you money. And based off what I've seen, like I have coworkers who have followed this principle. And like if you really want to stay in Germany and you really want to raise a family here, the government will do everything in their power to make it as comfortable as possible for you.
Wow, this is fantastic, bro. You see where I'm going with this, brothers? I want you brothers to have that international, expansive mindset. We want the woman, we want the wives, sorry, and of course, we want a strong family, traditional, nuclear, conservative family. I'm gonna keep on preaching that. I ain't no liberal. I ain't no, yuppie Starbucks drinking liberal. I'm a hardcore, traditional, conservative brother. Nuclear families build strong societies. We see it the Chinese, the Arabs, the conservative whites, more others. Okay, so that's why I'm asking that question because we got to start thinking about what's our 5 year plan, what's our 10 year plan. Brothers can't be thinking about sleeping with different women anytime you want to. We've got to start building foundational strongholds, man. Particularly as black men, we want this power, right? But the power comes from the family. It comes from having a traditional mindset, etc., etc. Awesome, bro.
That's
Shout
a beautiful point. I really want to add on to that. I want to. This is something I try to say in every time I'm on your stream. Is the women are great, but that's not why I left the U.S. I left the U.S. to build a foundation for a better quality of life. Like a lot of people in the states live paycheck to paycheck, and I'm not saying you can't get rich, but it's a lot harder to do in a westernized country. So why work to death for 20, 30 years to still live paycheck to paycheck when you could take your talents and go to a different market, especially to a different market where you can make around the same amount and work less? Because in Germany, I work less. I used to work 65-hour weeks. Now I work 35-hour weeks and I make the same amount of money. Not only that, like just recently, last week, my boss told me that I had to take a vacation. He said, "You didn't take a vacation. You have to take one." I was like, "What happens if I don't?" He's like, "We're going to take your laptop. We're going to cut off your access. You can't get into the building. You have to take at least 4 weeks off. Go take 4 weeks off. We'll see you in 4 weeks." And yeah, I talked about how the government would make it easy for you to have a family. If you're a father, let's say a woman gives birth to your son, you are entitled to 3 months of paternity leave, paid. You have to take it. The government won't let you. The government will not let you work after your son is born. They just won't let you do it. And if the mother of your children, she gets 6 months paid, she cannot go back to work. And if you want more time, the German government says that that's entitled to you. And I think paternity, you can get up to 9 months paid, not 80%, not 70, 100% paid. You get, it's like you're still working, but you just stay at home with your wife and kids or your mother of your kids. And she gets paid too. And you get money for each child. And your health care is free. And your college is free.
This is
I'm telling
crazy.
you, don't. Like the women is good, but again, the women are great. But if you're still struggling, you're going to be struggling while trying to find a woman. Why not just not struggle first, then find a lady? It's a much easier strategy.
Mm. Johnny Walker, did you hear this, bro? And shout out to Johnny Walker, man. That's a very respectable brother. Shout out to Johnny Walker. Um, this is definitely up his alley. I know he wants to have a beautiful woman, down the line, a strong family. Johnny Walker, man, the world is your oyster, bro. I hope you're hearing this stream loud and clear, Johnny. Shout out to Mr. Lando for the $10 super chat. Thank you, bro, for the support. Showing some love to IP from Texas. Oh man, thank you, bro, man. Every donation, every pound, every dollar, every Canadian dollar, it means a lot to me, man. So, brothers, please feel free to send me some more love. I'm really doing a lot of work for you, brothers, man. I'm out here in Vancouver. I'm scouting for you, brothers. I'm giving you, brothers, that international, expansive mindset. So, please, brothers, don't let me down, man. Don't let me down. Don't let all this hard work go to waste. Okay, support me, like the video, etc., etc., and join that Patreon Diamond tier too if you want that additional foreign international insight. Thank you, Nando. I've got a cash. I'll go on, technician.
Oh no, I didn't say anything. You're good.
Shout out to the brother, Mr. K Hump 23 for the 22.27 cash app. Thank you, bro, for the support for the £22 27 pence cash app. It means a lot to me, bro, for the support. Thank you very much, man. Much love to you, bro. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let me ask this now, technician, right? How are the native white German women mentally? Because the problem I have with white women is that they take things too far. They would you give them feminism, they'll take it too far. You tell them you can wear what you want, they'll start wearing bikinis even though it's minus 10 degrees Celsius outside there. Are they the same as what you see in um, white American women, or are these native white German women different mentally?
So they're very, very different, and I I've kind of boiled it down into three characteristics. So like there's a common conception that a lot of German people are very efficient, and most native Germans I've met, they are very efficient. Whether they want to, I mean, I would definitely say it's a scale, but a lot of them lean on the scale of being very efficient. So it's a lot of them are very modest too. So like it's not like they're gonna wear a bikini like in winter. If they do, there's a very specific reason why they're doing it. They're not doing it just because. A lot of Germans I know, they're not gonna do things just because. They have to have a reason. It has to be budgeted in. A lot of them are like very anal. Like they have a process. And if any part of the process is like messed up, they kind of lose it a little bit. So they're like, yeah, like I see that, but I don't understand why she would wear a bikini in winter. And you're like, oh, because of feminism. She's like, okay. And I don't understand how this is fighting for, like, if it doesn't make sense to them, they're not going to do it. So a lot of them are very sensible. So like, this is what I meant earlier by a lot of them are feminists, but they practice the ideals like to the T. It's not like we're being oppressed. They're like equality. So if it's equality, they're like, okay, cool. If I want to be like you, then I have to do things that you do. So I can't just ask you for money and not pay. Or I can't expect you to do these things and not give up something. Like there's a girl I hang out with all the time. She's native German. She says all the time, she's like, in Germany, the scales must balance. If the scales aren't balanced, we can't complete the transaction. So she's like, I took her. She took me out to eat once, and I paid, and she got very upset. She said, "I took you out. I have to pay." I said, "No worries. Next time you handle it." So she took me out next time, and now like every time we go out, she pays, I pay. It's never like this thing where she expects me to have more. That makes sense. So that's why I said they're feminist, but it's only like it's not like they're oppressed. They like the ideals of feminism, but it's not like they're not going to openly come out and say we are oppressed. They're not going to do that because they don't believe in that fundamentally.
Wow. Oh, oh, I love Germany, man. I really do. Man, that country is amazing.
That's why I'm here.
I think Germany is everything the US and UK should be when things are done right. Okay. Yes, it has feminism there. Yes, it's quite liberal there. But the thing is that they don't go extreme with it. And that's the problem we see in the UK and America. People are taking things to the absolute extreme. They'll say they're oppressed. Okay, sorry about that. Then they'll start doing some extreme stuff. Women will start doing extreme stuff. Minorities will start doing extreme stuff. The far left, the far right, it's just too much. I mean, there's got to be balance. There's got to be common sense there. And you find that in Germany, having experienced that, having spoke to people there, yes, there's conservatives and liberals there, but they're not extremes. There's the common sense rules there prevalently in Germany. Wouldn't you agree, technician?
That is complete and utter facts. Like a good example is like I told you, I used to work 65-hour weeks, and it's a girl I hang out with all the time. She's like 65 hours. She's like, do you get 65 hours of time off? I was like, I don't. And she was like, this was Germany, I would quit. I was like, yeah, well, I can't do that. And she was just like, well, in Germany, if you work that much, you're entitled to that much time off. She was like, I'm not saying you shouldn't work, but there needs to be adequate rest time. And it sounded very foreign to me because as an American, like it's work, work, work. I have to be able to pay for next month. But in her perspective, she's like, yeah, everyone works here, but what good is the work if you can't enjoy the fruits of your labor? And it's a very simple concept, but a lot of people who live in like developed countries, they never get to experience that. But here in Germany, rest time is rest time. Like a good example I give is like sick leave. Like if you're sick in Germany, you don't have to show your boss anything. They're just like, oh, you're sick? Okay, go home. See you tomorrow. It's just that simple. But when I'm sick in the States, they're like, yeah, you need a doctor's note. You need this. You need this. And I understand why they do it, but it's kind of extreme. But in Germany, they're like, we try to stay away from the extremes. We try to have some common sense here. So they're like, if you're sick, that's fine. Come back tomorrow. And
Wow.
just that simple, something that simple kind of just like changed my perspective. Like, oh shit, I've been doing this all wrong.
Facts. Absolute facts. Let me ask this, bro. Would you say, Berlin, Germany, right? Is it how liberal is it? I know it's liberal, but how liberal is it? And are there pockets of conservatism in Berlin, Germany? Or if you're a conservative minded brother, you have to be conservative in your own space, be around conservative people, even though you're in a liberal city. Break it down for me, bro.
Well, what you define as conservative is probably not the same thing as conservative here, but you can be conservative in Germany, especially in Berlin. You can be conservative. How liberal is Berlin? I would say as liberal as New York City, but again, it goes back to that thing about extremes. They're as liberal as New York, but they're not going to take it to that extreme. If they do, there's a reason for it. An example is like they have parties in the street here all the time. If there's a party in the street, they can turn it up a notch. But if there's no party in the street, I mean, most people aren't gonna like do something crazy. Now there is crazy people here, but large majority of people, like women, they're not gonna like go out and like twerk in the street for no reason. It's not really a thing here.
Hmm. Interesting. Thank you, bro. Um, brothers, when you hear this, how do you not want to get your passport? When you hear streams like this, how are you not itching to get your passport? When you're seeing what's happening to Kanye West, Kyrie Irving, and all these, high value black men in America, you don't have a voice anymore. You can be a billionaire, you can be this and that, and you know, it can be taken away from you in an instant. You know, And that's why I'm pushing you, brothers, towards that international expansive mindset, and I'm pushing you towards IT because you need that flexibility. You need that flexibility to work anywhere around the world. With IT, you don't need no degree. You don't need no masters. You don't need no 8 years in university like a dentist does. It offers you that flexibility, man. And it's not hard. Just put the work into it, man. I'm an IT brother, technician. He's an IT brother too. Have that international expansive mindset. Be able to work anywhere around the world, in any country. Do you not want that, brothers? Our time is now in 2023. I'm going even harder. on IT, a lot more IT courses, a lot more IT streams, because I want to get you brothers out there, man. You need to expand and get the shackles and chains off of yourselves, man, in the West. It's crazy. Go on, technician.
A bit off topic. I agree with you. I would just a hint for people. If you're coming from a developed country, a first world developed country, IT is great, but multiple income streams is what you're really after. Because I don't think you want to be working when you're 65. So I would say when you're in other countries, that's really the time when you can build something because you have access to the U.S. And with access to the U.S. comes a very, very large market. There are a lot of products in the United States that people would kill to have in the country that you're in currently. So if you can figure out a way to use your IT skills, if you have some, if you want to get some, use your IT skills to help people in the country you're in get the products that they need, you've just created a market for yourself. Like an example out here is there are a lot of black people here. There's a lot of mixed people here. And a lot of the hair products in the United States, I know a lot of you are not really into beauty or hair care or stuff like that, but out here, they are dying to have the same stuff that we have access to in the States. Even the cheap stuff that we pass in the grocery store sells for triple the price here. That's a
There you
market,
go,
fellas. That's all
brothers.
I'm saying.
There you go, brothers. Awesome, man. Um, this has been a fantastic stream so far. I mean, brothers, there are some countries where you don't pay tax. So if you work there for a couple of years, you made a lot of money, you're building wealth. But they won't tell you that in America. They want you to pay high taxes, slave yourself for a company that doesn't give two damns about you. Start having that freedom mindset and mentality. You know, brothers, our time is now. Okay. We need to get our power up and everything needs to be in order. Because I'm not liking what they're doing to our brothers in America. It's crazy. Okay. Shout out to Mr. Johnny Walker for the $10 super chat. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you, Johnny. It seems foreign men can clean up in Germany despite feminism and liberalism. Have either of you gotten a white German man's perspective on the dating market and the culture? That's a great super chat, Johnny Walker. You go first, technician.
Yes. I work with quite a few like native white Germans. In their perspective, in Germany right now, they're saying the dating market isn't bad. However, in Berlin, they're saying that it's very weird. There's a lot of open relationships happening in Berlin, and I'm not gonna say that the guys that I associate with, I'm not gonna say they don't like that. They just find it kind of weird, especially the Germans that come from the south of Germany. They're having some trouble navigating it a little bit. They think that we as Americans are better equipped with it, but I think it's just a lot of what they see in the media. So I have to like check them real quick. Like, yes, like it happens in the States, but not everybody's doing that. It's not that easy as an American in America.
Great super chat, Johnny, and I can add to that as well. I ain't gonna lie, I don't have a lot of white male friends like that. I just don't. Most of my friends are black men and black people in general. So I can't speak on that particularly, but I will say this, Johnny. Um, there's a place for everyone in Germany. Okay, it's not just Berlin where you know you can find a woman there. In Bavaria, very conservative region, women out there. In Dusseldorf, you know, women are also out there as well in Dusseldorf that love the brothers. Hamburg, I was just there in Hamburg recently. They're checking hard for brothers there too. Different pockets of Germany where you can go and you can get the woman of your dreams. Okay. So hopefully that answers your question for you, Johnny Walker. And I'll be back in Germany again, hopefully next year. And I want to be in a different city. And I'm going to show you, brothers, just how easy it is for brothers. You're going to see why you need to get your passports. Awesome, bro. So going on from that, technician, right? Um, hmm, this has been a great stream. I don't know if I should just focus on Berlin or actually go upon other cities because I know you have intel on other cities, and I think that'll
I
probably be a
do.
different stream. Should that be a different stream, or should we just keep it focused on Berlin for this stream?
That's entirely up to you. If you ask me a question, I will do my very best to answer it.
Okay, let me run through the rest of my questions, and I'll see how it goes. Okay. So next question for you, brother, is let's see, dealing at different women at once. Um, is that acceptable in Berlin, Germany? And I'm not talking about no open relationships. I don't do that BS. I'm talking about you have a main chick and you have a couple side chicks. Is that acceptable in Berlin, Germany, or will you get laughed out?
Hello? Oh, my
Hello,
bad.
go on, bro.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I would say you won't get laughed out. Now, does it happen? Yeah, I'm sure you could do that because I know a couple of dudes that do that. Um, I don't recommend it personally, but you definitely can do it. What a lot of dudes do here is they have one girl they see, get in good, and have friends that work at a lot of the brothels. That's what I've seen, at least.
Why don't you recommend it, brother? Would you just say that having one German girl is enough? She will give you everything you need.
I would say that personally, yeah. But I also say this because I know there's a lot of dudes that come here and kind of go a little crazy because, like there's a lot of beautiful women everywhere. And if you wanted to go to a brothel, you could. That's a thing you could do. And I'll just put it this way, it's easy. When it's easy, it's hard to pick just one. You know what I mean?
Ah, man. Let me ask this as well, bro. Um, so language, English is enough to speak in Berlin, Germany. You don't need to learn German, but it would be good to learn German to obviously integrate with the culture. But because it's such a diverse city, is English enough in Berlin, Germany for a long time?
I would say it is, but I would think if you're coming here for women, and if you're coming here for women and you're coming here for a better life, learning German will be like one of the key things you could learn here. Because a lot of women are a lot more receptive if you speak German. Because again, you are in Germany. So a lot of people that you meet would have grown up in German. Like one of my very good friends, like there are a bunch of like memes and stuff, like a bunch of like American memes, like SpongeBob memes. We have those, but they also have SpongeBob in Germany, but the memes don't make sense. So it's very hard to connect in that way if you don't speak the language. So I would recommend you do learn it, but it is not required.
Awesome, bro. Fantastic. Next question for you, brother, is body count. Hmm. Who has the highest body count when it comes to race demographics in Berlin, Germany? 'Cause I know they get down freaky in the bedroom. Who's more loose with their box? What group of women?
Uh, Hard to say, but I'll tell you who is not. How about that?
Okay.
Basically, most women of Muslim faith, it's going to be below five. And most Africans that I've seen, if she has more than, I would say two, I would say if she has more than three siblings, more than likely it's below five. If she has all brothers or has majority brothers, it's probably even lower than three. And that's just my experience. I don't know what it is, dude. I don't know what it is. Like women who have a lot of men in their family, they don't rack up bodies. They have maybe one or two and then they stop.
Hmm. This is good, man. Fantastic. Um, Next question for you, brother, is are German women feminine and submissive and wifeable? And can I get a German chick to bathe and moisturize me?
If you can't, then I'll buy your ticket back home. But feminine, yeah, but I want to caveat this for a second.
Hmm.
Yes, but again, a lot of Germans have sense, so they're not like overly feminine. Like I think when a lot of women talk about having a partnership, I think this is what they mean. Like it's not one sided. Like if you tell her like this is what I want you to do and this is what I'm going to do, she will not deviate from that. And if she does it to your benefit. She will go, I want to deviate because I would like to do this. Then we will see a 10% increase in productivity, or we will see 10% more money over the year. Or generally, if she gives input, it's for the better of you and her. So the answer to that question is yes, but not for free, if that makes sense.
Mm, I see. Politically, brother, what's the mind state of women in Berlin, Germany? Are they very liberal minded or are they centrists where they have both conservative and liberal values?
That's a very interesting question. A lot of the men I've seen are a lot more liberal. A lot of the women I've seen are a lot more centrist, actually. Like
Mm,
paper, they seem a lot more liberal, but in practice, they're more centrist, especially if they're native German. They're much more centrist.
okay. What about the foreign women out there? Where do they lean politically? Women who weren't born in Germany that have moved there. I can't even hear him anymore. Hold on.
Hello.
You hear me, bro? This internet is just terrible. What's going on, bro? Can't believe this. Can you hear me, technician? What is going on? Hold on, bro. Dang. You back, technician? Can you hear me, bro? Oh, man. What's going on? Hey, bro. Can you hear me? Oh, man. What's going on with this stuff, man? Can't believe this. Why is it not working? Technician, can you hear me, bro? Hello? Brothers, can you hear me? Press a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Press a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. All right. Okay. All right. Awesome, brothers. Where's our guest? Where's our guest? He's dropped off. Sorry about this, brothers. I think we both had it. We both experienced an internet issues at the same time. Can't believe this, man. Can't believe this. Hold on, brothers. He dropped off, bro. Internet issues. Messaging him right now. All right, sorry, brothers. I apologize for that. We're going to get the brother back in the building. Great live stream so far. I see the brothers in the live stream chat. Thank you very much. Shout out to Ace, Triple X, 777. Joining the Patreon for the IT classes. Fantastic, bro. Looking forward to seeing you. Most likely classes will start next week. I am sorting out the schedule. So can you please message me on the Patreon if you're on the diamond tier that you're interested in the classes. I will put you down on the list. I will send you a message on the Patreon when the classes will start. So give me a couple more days, and most likely classes will start next week. Okay, I'm sorting out the schedule and what you need to have and to get you prepared. And it should be very fun classes. Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. Where's our guest? I think our guest is experiencing internet issues. So we'll give him a couple more minutes. Brothers, how have you found my content in the last few weeks? How was the Germany videos? How was the Vancouver videos? And a lot more Vancouver videos coming your way very soon. Very interesting country, Vancouver, Canada. They are checking hard for brothers. Lord, very hard. So there'll be a big stream on that in the coming weeks about Vancouver, Canada. But I'm still scoping out all the intel you need. All right, so yeah, okay, so there was a problem with our guest. Yep, our guest had some issues on his end, but he'll be back. Shout out to Johnny Walker. Great interviews you shared so far. Thank you, bro. And I think I've shut up a lot of haters. You know, we a lot of haters. They're quiet now because we're bringing receipts. I'm bringing receipts, and I've always told brothers this is how life really is abroad. And people are quiet now when they're seeing black men speak with beautiful women. You saw how good looking the women were in Germany, and I cold approached them. You know, I literally cold approached them, and it was that easy. So I'm really speaking about I'm really doing what I speak about. There's no cap on this channel. The brothers I bring on, they're not capping. I'm not capping. It's really true. Okay, the American and the British black men are kings abroad. Use that to your advantage. Okay, awesome. We'll wait for our guest. Okay, technicians in the building. Let me bring in the brother. Hey, bro, can you hear me? You know, I can't hear you. So I don't know what's going on tonight. Hold on, let me try and fix this internet issue. Hold on. Can't believe this. What is going on? Hold on, bro. Let me restart my router. I'll be back.
Hmm.
Yes, yes. Can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, I can
Awesome,
hear
bro.
you.
Brothers, apologize for that, brothers. My internet just crashed for no absolute reason. Sorry, brother. Where were we, technician? All right. Let me ask this, brother. Um, I have a question for you. Um, is social media a problem out there amongst women in Berlin, Germany, technician? Can you brothers hear technician? Why can't I hear him? What's going on, man? Press a 2 in the chat if you can hear technician speaking. Yeah, I think it's you, technician, but we can't hear you. All right, I think our guest has some technical issues. Um, sorry about this, brothers. Um, it must be our guest. He'll fix it. If he can't fix it, it's no problem, technician. Let me just keep me updated, bro, and we'll end the stream early, and we can carry on a different day. I think we're both experiencing technical issues. I apologize about this, brothers. It happens, man. You see, when we start speaking about things that actually matter, the powers that be, the agents, they do some crazy things in the background, bro. You know, when we start speaking about black men getting power and having that international expansive mindset, that's a problem. They want us rapping about killing each other. They want us calling ourselves the racial slurs like the N word. They want us, you know, to be no good, sagging our pants, repping Bloods and Crips and all these stupid gangs, they want us doing that. But when we speak about having that international passport, traveling, getting power, getting into IT, evil forces start playing around with us. I've noticed this many times, bro. And I know I'm not going crazy. Press A1 in the chat if you agree with me. I find it very suspicious that at the same time we're experiencing technical issues because we're speaking that gospel, man. They don't want black men to wake up because we have a lot of power as black men, you know. All we're missing is financial and political power. We have the social power. But when we get that financial and political power, oh man, we're going to rule this world. Lord willing, by God's grace, we are going to run this world. Okay? We're going to be in the shadows. We're going to be the 1% of the 1%, dictating how things go. And I want that for the brothers, man. Okay? I've always said this. Black American men are the chosen men. You know, Black American men, if you're a Black American man, you're chosen. You are the one. So keep your head up, man. This is for Black American men worldwide. You're the chosen men. Okay. So our guest is still working on his issue. We'll get him here in a couple minutes. Um, okay, awesome. So brothers, I'm looking forward to the Python classes in the coming days. Looking forward to big time. Next year, I'll also be teaching another course, but I'm going to keep that on the wraps. It's going to be another great course, another IT course. So, be patient with me. I'm extremely busy nowadays. The channel, the Patreon calls, the one-to-one consultations. I'm super busy, so please be patient with me. And, I will get the schedule out to you on the classes in the coming days, okay? Let me work on that. Okay, so while we wait for our guests, if you're on Instagram, follow me on Instagram and send me a DM on there. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you're on Twitter, you know, my Twitter is popping, so make sure you follow me on Twitter and my travel journeys and adventures. There'll be more content on Vancouver dropping in the coming days. I will never let you brothers down. Feel free to support me on the Cash App. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. And of course, make sure you cop my merch. I'll be releasing new merch in the coming weeks. I'm still designing it, but the merch is almost sold out. So make sure you cop your t-shirts, you cop your hoodie, to keep your snow bunny warm. Cop your hoodies to keep your snow bunny warm. And the hoodie that's selling out really quickly is a white hoodie. Where is it? This one here is almost sold out. So I need to make sure I get new batches. Here's a link to it. Okay. Make sure you join the Patreon Diamond tier to get access to our High Value Male Facebook group. And when you join the Facebook group, you'll be sent, when you join the Patreon, DM me to get access to our High Value Male Discord server. Okay, so let me check up on the brother real quick. Hold on, brothers. Let's see. Okay, so technician's in the building. Let me bring him in. Hey, technician, how you doing, bro? You on mute.
I can hear you. Sorry about that.
No worries, bro. I don't blame you, bro. We know that a lot of evil forces trying to disrupt two intelligent black men preaching the gospel to other black men. So don't worry, bro. But welcome back, technician. Next question for you, brother, is social media. How is that out
Give
there
me just
in
a second. One
Berlin,
second.
Germany? Has it poisoned the mind of women out there? Come on, bro. Hey, you're on mute, technician. 5, 4, 3. Technician, you're on mute, bro. All right, I think something's wrong with our guest. Oh, sorry, bro. Okay. Yeah, I think our brother's having a bad day. I'm okay. I think we might have to carry on the stream on a different day. But I hope you brothers got enough information. Press A1 in the chat if this stream was extremely helpful to you. I apologize. Tomorrow, I got a very special stream tomorrow. Okay, look out for the notification. I'll be interviewing a couple. Okay, a couple. Let me bring in technician. Hey, you good, technician?
Hi there. My bad. Sorry about that. The power went out, and then my laptop was doing weird stuff, but we're here. I'm back.
No problem, bro. So next question for you, brother, is how is online date? How is social media out there in Berlin, Germany? Has it poisoned the minds of the woman in a bad way, or we shouldn't be concerned about that?
Not at all. I would say that they use social media, just not in the same way that we do. Like, it's strictly just for connecting with friends. No, I mean, we do have like pros who use social media to advertise, so that exists. But the idea that like people are promoting themselves like for OnlyFans, it's not really a thing out here. As a matter of fact, it's a very easy way to get thrown out of your house and like banished from your family type deal. I think like average Germans would be okay with that, but like most people that are not from Germany, nah, that's not gonna fly.
Awesome, thank you, bro. Um, how should brothers code approach out there in Berlin, Germany? What's your method in code approaching? What do you say, and how do you think do things in code approaching manner, brother?
I would just say like just be sociable because for a lot of times, for a lot of Germans aren't expecting it. They're just like when they look at you, they just assume that you're another German person. So I think in Berlin it works a little bit easier just because people come to Berlin to meet new people. And if you're just like that funny guy, that very sociable person, or you're a lot more outgoing, you're gonna get a lot more attention. You're probably gonna get a lot more turnover just because that's just not what women are used to here. Like German guys, they're not very like get up and go talk to her type deal. They get to know her through a friend, through a friend, through a friend, and that works. But from what I've seen, most women here, they really like the idea that you take charge. So if you like her and you get up and you go talk to her and you're like, why are you talking to me? Because I thought you were cute. They like that.
Awesome, brother. Um, what kind of choosing signals do German women give? When I was out there in Hamburg, I found that they will stare at you for maybe 10 seconds and look away. You know how you can tell someone's looking at you from the corner of your eye. You look at them, they look away. What's your experience as to what kind of choosing signals they give out in Hamburg, Germany, brother?
Very similar. It's either they give you that long stare, or in some cases, like especially on weekends, like people just straight up come up to you and like buy you a drink. That's can't get no more like in your face than that. Uh, I even had a pair of women fight over me once. I mean,
Oh man. Shout out to Sean Davis, man. Black men are truly higher than the price of diamonds, man. I got that interview coming out very soon. Um, Let me ask this, bro. Um, are there any sort of safety concerns brothers should be concerned about with in Berlin, Germany?
not at all. I've, as an American who's carried a weapon for many years, who's fired a weapon at people to defend myself, and has gotten into a lot of physical altercations, I've had nothing happen to me. Even like in the most drunkest of situations, nothing has happened. I got super drunk once. People not only like made sure I had all of my stuff with me, they got my phone, called me an Uber to my house, made sure I was okay. Never would have had that happen in the States. You have nothing to worry about here.
Awesome, thank you, bro. What about racism and N-word used towards you? Has that happened? Have you experienced that in Berlin, Germany, brother? Anyone saying the N-word in the open towards you at all?
No, I mean, I'm not gonna say there isn't racism, but it's in a very covert way. Like they're not gonna tell you that to your face. And in my experience, like a group of women, like someone said the N word, but I don't think he said it at me. He was just drunk, and there were other black people around. But a group of women just like beat this dude with like their purses. So I mean, if you come here and people are racist to you, you won't really have to do anything. The crowd will do it for you.
Wow. What race was that guy that said the N-word?
I think he was Turkish. But again, I'm not defending him, but I think he was. I'm pretty sure he was drunk or high on something. So
Okay, bro. Um, Online dating. If you use out there in Berlin, Germany, what's the best website or app to use, in your opinion?
but like everyone here has Tinder, Bumble, Hinge. There's like a German one called Parship, which is I guess it's good if you speak German. But I'm telling you, as an American, British, Australian, or Canadian, you really don't need that.
Awesome, thank you, bro. Age gap. Obviously, in America and the UK, they freak out over age gaps. Apparently, it's not politically correct for a 27-year-old man to be dating, a 21-year-old woman, which is nonsense to me. Will you is what age gap is acceptable out there in Berlin, Germany? Can a brother who's 35 date a 22-year-old chick? You know, break it down for us, bro.
I mean, it's as long as the age gap isn't crazy. Like in America, like honestly, it's like I think anything past 5 years in the States, people look at you kind of funny. But here in Germany, I've seen like 10-year age gaps and no one bats an eye. But for 20 years, people would be like, okay, something's weird here. But I don't think they have a problem with age gap stuff here. They shouldn't.
Fantastic. Nothing wrong if a brother is 50 that wants to date a 22-year-old chick. Nothing wrong with that. And I advise brothers to date women between the ages of 18 to 23. That's a sweet spot right there. So it's all good, man. Shout out to the brother, Mr. Raphael Taylor, for the $10 super chat. Hey, IP, how are you? Hope all is well. Call me crazy, but thanks to you, I'm working out a plan to study in Germany or somewhere in Europe. I just got to figure it out. I should fit in, hopefully, in a while. Yes, awesome, brother. Hope all is well with you. Hope that's a successful avenue for you. You can always join the Patreon Diamond tier to have that one-to-one consultation with me regarding your plans about studying abroad, working abroad. I have all the information you need. Okay, so if you're on the Patreon, reach out to me. If not, join the Patreon Diamond tier and we can have that consultation. The Patreon is super cheap, brothers. Make use of it because there's a lot of benefits on there that other brothers are not offering. You know, thank you, Raphael. Shout out to Rico Tubbs for the $999 super chat. Appreciate you both for the support. Rico says, I did my first super chat input message. I honestly just wanted to support you, IP. Keep up the good work. I'm going to try to head to Vancouver as soon as possible. Yes, indeed. Thank you for the support, Rico Tubbs. They love the brothers out here in Vancouver. They love brothers out here, so get your passport and make that trip. Thank you, Rico. Appreciate you, bro. So, technician, let me ask you about the other cities in Germany that, from what you've heard, are checking for the brothers. Can you list that for us, bro?
I think after traveling a little bit more, uh, I would place into two categories: people that are going to be here for a long time and people that are going to be here for a short period of time. If you're here for a short period of time, Berlin, Berlin all the way. And if you have to go to another city, maybe Köln, like Cologne, Bonn, like the Inner region. If you're here for a long time, Hamburg, Berlin, Dusseldorf, or if you got a little money to blow, Munich.
Awesome. Thank you, bro. Um, Damn. Okay. This that's interesting, bro. Um, what kind of women are in Dusseldorf and Munich? You know, racially, demographics, and who checks for brothers the most in those two cities, bro?
Well, I can't speak on Dusseldorf too much. I don't go there enough, but for Munich, That's where the German money is. There's a lot of money in Munich. It's the most expensive city in Germany. So how people move out there is very different than how people move in Berlin. Berlin is, technically speaking, the poorest city in Germany. So if you're really into like high scale events or uh, being around like very wealthy people, Munich is probably the way to go. And it kind of reflects that in the city. I'm not to say that the city is bougie, but people move differently because of the amount of money they spend. So I'm not gonna say there's not like clubs and stuff in Munich, because there's definitely clubs and stuff in Munich, but that's not the focus of Munich. So if you want to meet people, you can't just like go to the club. You got to get a little bit more creative. If you catch my drift.
I see. Okay. I think we'll probably have a different stream later on. We almost had 2 hours about different cities and get more in depth with it, technician. I think let's keep it focused on Berlin. Interesting, bro. So I'm gonna open up the phone lines. I want to say a huge thank you to technician for his time so far in doing this stream. You hear me, technician? How long do you have left, bro? I know it's pretty late over there in Germany, bro.
Maybe like 30, 40 minutes.
Okay. So thank you, bro. I appreciate you, technician. So the brother has 30, 40 minutes for questions. So please cash up and super chat your questions. I'm gonna open up the phone lines right now. Please be respectful to our guests or you will be punished. Okay. Before I do so, again, please follow me on Twitter, on Instagram, sorry, and and send me a DM if needed. Okay. I'm also on Twitter, so make sure you follow me on Twitter as well. Here's a link to my Twitter. Here's a link to my Facebook group. You must be a part of the Patreon to be in the Facebook group. Okay. So make sure you join the Patreon. The Patreon diamond tier. Here's a link to it as well, brothers. Okay. And send me a DM on Patreon if you want to be added to our Discord server. Okay. Here's a link to my Cash App that's open 24/7. Any support is greatly appreciated. Okay. Thank you very much, brothers. And here's a link to my merch as well. Make sure you cop the merch, get a t-shirt, a hoodie. That'd be greatly appreciated. So let me open up the phone lines. Please be respectful to our guests. And of course, if you want to be a part of what's it called, my upcoming Python course, join the Patreon diamond tier. Send me a DM on the Patreon. Hey IP, I would like to be a part of the upcoming Python IT course. I will add you to my list and I will send you more details in the coming days when that's starting. Okay, so again, join the Patreon diamond tier to get a part of my Python course. Awesome. Let me open up the phone lines. Copy, call in, and please only ask questions about Berlin, Germany to our guest. Shout out to the boss, Mr. Ransom McKissick, for the $2 super chat. Thank you, Ransom McKissick, for the support. Much love and greatly appreciate it, bro. Thank you so much. Thank you, bro. And get the likes up as well, brothers, okay? Get the likes up, please. Get the likes up. That'd be greatly appreciated, brothers. Thank you very much. Awesome stream, technician. Thank you, bro. We'll do the different cities in a different time. Let's see. Replace pinned message. All right, calling brothers. Don't be shy. Okay. Calling brothers. If you have any questions, please cash up and super chat your questions. If you can't do that, you must call in. So 3 ways to get your questions to our guests: cash app and super chat your question, or call in. Okay. Let me check the cash app real quick. Okay. calling, brothers. If no one calls in the next 5 minutes, I'm gonna end the stream early. Mr. Linwood, can you turn your camera on in the background so I know you're not a troll, please, brother? Just a security procedure, and you can turn it off after when I see that you are a brother. Linwood, if you turn your camera on in the background, please, so I know you're not a troll. Thank you, bro. You're confirmed. Thank you, bro. Turn your camera on. Turn your camera off. Let me bring in Mr. Linwood. Hey, how you doing, bro? You okay?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well, man. Listen to your show. It's very interesting, but I have a few questions in mind.
Okay. Please keep it about Berlin, Germany, bro.
Germany?
Yes, about Berlin, Germany, yes.
Okay, well, I've never been outside the United States, but I've been hearing about this movement and I've been listening keenly to it. And it was something that one of your guests said early in the chat, on the show, that leaving the United States was the best option for him. I agree, because this country is about to implode on itself. The people here are sick. What I mean by sick is meaning not like they're sick mentally and they're sick physically. And we have to survive on prescription drugs just to make it here because of the stress and the overburdening of capitalism here.
I agree. Bro. Thank you, Linwood. I agree with that, brother. And hopefully you made that trip to Germany as well, Linwood. And if you have any questions about German women, please let me know, and then I'll bring you on for another talk. Mr. Solar Lexus, I'll carry on, Linwood. You want to say something else?
I've never met German women except for maybe one that I used to work with, like way back when I was a younger person. She tended to be very cool, down to earth, very helpful. She got westernized in the United States due to this whole feminism business.
That's a shame.
So last I checked, she was dating a brother. She had left this white dude for a brother. That's the last time I seen her.
I'll tell you this, bro. Don't bring your foreign girlfriend to America. Don't do it. You keep. Let me put you on mute there. I'm hearing background noise. You keep her in Germany. You keep her in Dubai. You keep her in whatever country that isn't westernized. Don't bring her to America or the UK. You are setting yourselves up for failure. Don't do it. Okay? It's not worth it.
I mean, I want to add on that.
Technician?
Yeah. I want to add on that. First off, why would you want to do that anyway? Because, again, this is just my perspective. If life was hard in the U.S., what good will bringing her back do? You're still going to have to struggle. And if you're bringing her back, 9 times out of 10, she can't work. So it's just going to be
the 90 Day Fiance show should confirm that one.
Exactly. So I mean, if you're doing well for yourself in the place that you are, it's better to just stay there.
But some people get like homesick, and they're like, "Well, damn, I got my family back there. I have no family in that country. She does, and I don't." And so when they typically bring these women over here, they're isolated, they're alone, and they become very clingy to the person they met because that's all they know. And so he's gonna get tired of her after a while because she's too damn clingy, and it ain't gonna work. It's not correct to bring your wife, who in her culture has been cultured into what women are supposed to be by how they're brought up and how they're raised in their family social circles. Here in the US, it's any man for himself, any woman for themselves.
Mm.
It's more like it's like men and women are being pitted against each other. They no longer work together; they work against each other. And
Yeah.
the best way to tear a country apart is to tear the male-female interrelationships apart
Mm.
by giving the women more status in society, particularly in this case with Black women, giving them more status in society, moving them up into the higher echelons of university and politics and law and things of that nature. Ketanji Jackson. Nothing wrong with that, by the way, but you see the disconnect between those that move up the social material ladder and those who are still down. Their dollars are not able to stretch, so they have to work harder and harder and harder just to make ends meet or just to actually live a life. They're not living it. I mean, this country is making, as I said a few seconds ago, this country is making the United States is making you sick. We're literally sick in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
We have the highest opioid epidemic. We have the highest fentanyl addiction.
I'll tell you this, bro. I got to bring a new call in. I'll tell you this. You said some very good points there. It's all planned. The whole war between men and women has been planned by the elites, and we know who the elites are. I'm not going to go deep into it because we're seeing what's happening in certain factions in the last few weeks. We're seeing what's happening to a particular group of people. I'm not going to go too deep into it. Do your own research. It's all been planned. A lot of things have been exposed in the last few weeks on social media and the way prominent people have been treated by exposing what's going on. This has all been planned. Okay? So be careful. Join this passport movement. Stay focused. Find like-minded brothers and get your passport. Okay? It's only going to get worse before it gets better in America. It's all planned. We know who controls America. I ain't gonna go deep into it because I don't want no heat on me, brothers. But we know. Look up the names. Look up the industries. We know who runs the big show, and they're the ones that are pitting men against women. But you look at their country, it's very healthy, very, very healthy. All this agenda BS ain't happening in their country, but it's happening in America. And I'll leave it as that, brothers. I'll leave it as that. You want to turn your camera off, Mr. Johnny Walker? I see you, bro. Let me bring in the king, Mr. Johnny Walker. What's going on, Johnny? How you doing, bro?
I'm doing all right, IP. How are you? You're the true king, man. You're going out here getting all these receipts, interviewing all these women, collaborating with a lot of guys that have already used their passports and are living abroad. So you're the true king, and you're basically showing us the way. And I'm just following your lead, man.
Oh, man. Thank you for the kind words, Johnny Walker. Appreciate you, bro. And we got Jeremy Sears in the building as well. What's up, Jeremy Sears? Hall of Fame member. Appreciate you, Jeremy. Thank you, bro. Welcome, Johnny. I got to say, bro, thank you very much for the support so far you've given me in the stream, as always. Patreon member. It's greatly appreciated, bro. Thank you very much.
Of course, you're welcome. Yeah, man. I want to make sure that, I'm doing my part to basically fuel the leaders of the movement. And I basically view you as like a leader of the whole passport bro movement. You were basically, the first. I mean, as far as I know, I'm not aware of like other YouTubes that have been doing this for more than 7-8 years. But I mean, your channel's been on here for a long time, preaching get your passport and get the hell out of the West. So yeah, totally welcome.
Thank you, Jeremy. And before you say your question, Jeremy, do you mind telling brothers why they should join the Patreon Diamond tier? Because I've been told that I'm the thing I'm charging for the Patreon is too cheap. The information I'm giving there, you mind telling brothers what they'll get on the Patreon Diamond tier, the information I'm giving out there, because you're on the Patreon. I know you love the content on there, but do you mind telling brothers, just how amazing the Patreon Diamond tier is, bro?
Bro, I'm gonna sell. Let me try and sell it to the folks out in the YouTube community. I joined the Patreon, I think about maybe two months ago. And I mean, you must have like, I want to say 20 to 30 videos of, basically, undercover, explicit, like, no censor, like completely uncensored intel on the kinds of receipts that brothers are getting out there overseas. I mean, if I were you personally, I'd probably be charging a little bit more, but I understand you're trying to keep it affordable for folks. But I mean, the kind of content that I've heard from, a variety of guys, in Denmark, Iceland, Germany, Japan, Australia, Canada, um, multiple countries in South America. I'm like, this is like triple X rated explicit content. Like you won't find a lot of this content that you're providing on most other folks' YouTube channels. Plus, you're about to offer a Python course. I mean, it's almost like highway robbery, even with what you're charging. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, it's totally worth it. It's not cap. I mean, hell, because I mean, I've traveled a little bit, and I've sampled some of the foreign women abroad, and like they, I mean, when they run across somebody that's different, like a brother specifically, you're carrying yourself classy with respect. You're you know, using, nouns and predicates and subjects in your sentences, you're not sagging your pants or your drawers, you know, they are very open and accommodating, and some of them can get freaky. So like it's like I can kind of confirm that. I can confirm that myself. So like all of the stories that are on there of that all of the guys that you've interviewed that have shared their experiences, like I can totally believe it. I can totally buy it. And it's tough because like what it really what it really does is it's like opening Pandora's box in my opinion, because it's now and especially in the United States, like you think that, oh well, these a lot of these American women are difficult, gamey, they don't view me as valuable, even though I think I'm bringing a lot to the table. So there's no way in hell people outside of America would, women outside of America would view me as valuable or a catch. But that couldn't be further from the truth. It really, really couldn't. And like that's what your Patreon basically is telling and bearing witness to, because I mean, and it's just tons of countries where where we're getting good treatment, great treatment. You know what I mean? So it's like it kind of makes it hard for a guy to choose. Like, okay, well, what do I do? I mean, do I go to East Asia? Do I go to South America? Do I go to Eastern Europe? Do I go to Germany? Or do I go to Morocco? I mean, where do I start? Because it's a lot to choose from. So yeah, I mean, I would totally get it if I'm a brother and I'm listening to your channel and I haven't signed up to the Patreon, like I would sign up. I mean, come on, like guys, like you pay more on your phone for your phone. You know what I mean? If you got an iPhone or a Samsung Galaxy S9 or S11 or what have you, right? If you got a data plan and whatnot, you're paying more for your phone. You're paying more for HBO Max, Netflix, Amazon Prime, you know what I mean? Guys are spending hundreds of dollars on PS4s, PS5s, Xbox and all this. You're spending more money on a laptop, you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, hell, like guys are going to these clubs spending more money to get in and buy drinks for girls that are gonna give them any fucking box. You know what I'm sorry, excuse my language, my bad. But like it's only like what, $30 a month or $40 a month or whatever. Like that's super cheap, and you're continuously posting content, updating it with more and more interviews. Plus, you're going to be offering a Python course where, I mean, if you take a Python course, like just like from some like well established institution, they're going to be charging more than what you're charging. Okay, so it's a freaking deal. It's a freaking deal. So you
Thank you,
guys,
bro.
you need to stop being cheap. Stop being cheap and sign up for the Patreon Diamond tier. And that's my advertisement for
Thank you
you.
very much, Johnny. I appreciate you, bro. Do you have any questions for our guests in regards to German woman, brother, or German in general?
Yes, yes. So I should address you as Mr. Technician, sir. Mr. Technician?
Technician, Mister, whatever's good for you.
Technician, okay. Um, so I actually have traveled to Berlin before. I went in 2019, like right before COVID struck. But I was only there for like 2 or 3 days, and back then I was just traveling for the food, the culture, just to get out of America and get a taste of something different. And I went to some of the touristy sites like the Brandenburg Gate and whatnot, and I went to the some of the remnants of the wall, the Great Berlin Wall that eventually was kind of like broken once East and West Germany were reunited. But from what I gathered, like a lot of people were pretty open there, pretty hospitable, pretty accommodating. Like when I stepped into a bar, like they offered me like a complimentary beverage. But I guess what I wanted to know, based on your experience and how long you've been there, and I I assume not a ton has changed since I last visited, but like even though there's plenty of feminism there, it's not like you got a bunch of uh, women that are overweight with colored hair that are pierced up and tatted up all the way all over their bodies and whatnot, right? You're not running across a ton of women like that, right? Because I mean, I'm in Portland, Oregon, and that's kind of like my reference at this point.
I mean, are you asking if like there's a lot of them out here? Is that what you're asking?
Right. Are there like a lot of women that, are tatted up, you know, uh, tons of piercings? They got purple hair, pink hair,
Um,
they're kind of throwing the feminine
yes,
in your face.
but
Oh,
they're
okay.
part of the scene. So like, I mean, the best way I can put it is like there's a lot of them, but they only come out during certain parts of the day. So like a lot of the girls who have like colored hair, shaved head, tattoos and stuff, they're normally into like the music scene. It is a couple of music scenes where that's appropriate. So like if you're going to Berghain, then yeah, they're gonna see a lot of them at Berghain. But if you're going to like I don't know, like Sisyphus or something, you probably won't see that. Like a better analogy is that if that's what you want to find, they're easy to find. Put it that way.
Okay.
But
Well, I
if
don't
you're not
want
really
to.
interested in that, then you know where not to go.
Okay. So they're kind of like relegated to their pockets, certain pockets of
You
the
got it,
city.
yeah. So if you like death metal, punk, or you know, again, Berghain. I go for Berghain because that's low hanging fruit. To get in, basically, you gotta like shave your head and do crazy shit to get in. But yeah,
And would you say you ran across like a lot of women that just like fit like they have fitness as like a value, like staying in shape, in the gym.
fitness as a value. I don't
Yeah.
know if fitness is a value. I think there's a lot more. I keep using this word balance. So like it's the idea that like in states like well I'll say in the states, but in most Western developed countries, the idea of like going out to eat or going to a fast food restaurant, like there's nothing wrong with doing this every day. They don't care. Like I know in America, like you can go to McDonald's every day and that's normal. Here, if you go to McDonald's like twice a week, most people, like at least most Germans that I know, would question that. They're like, why would you do that when you spend a lot of money? You could take the same amount of money you spent going out to just go get groceries and cook a better meal. Like that's how Germans think.
Oh
So
wow,
because they think like that, a lot of the food they eat
it's healthier
is much, yeah, it's just much
and,
better for them.
and probably cheaper.
That and like, I'm not saying because Germans do love their cars. Don't get me wrong, Germans love to drive, but Germans are efficient. They're like, if I drive my car, then I'll have to pay for gas. Then I'll have to pay to park. Then I'll have to do this. Then I'll have to do this. Or I could just get up, walk to the train, get off the train, and walk to my work. I could just do that. So it's just there are a bunch of smaller steps that they take that put in more effort, but gives them a better result in the end. Well, as opposed to like as Americans, most of us, it's not. I'm not even going to say that we have a choice because in some cases you don't. Where we have to drive, we have to do things that just inherently cost more money. So
Right.
again, a lot of Germans, how they think is it's a bunch of smaller, efficient changes that can make a greater result at the end. So because they don't drive, they're like, oh, I save money here. I save money here. Oh, I cook, so I save money here. Oh, I don't spend money on these things. I make them at home, so I save money here. So at the end of the year, they budget. Like
So you have
a better example is like for my job in the States, anytime you don't take time off, they usually pay it out to you at the end of the year. They don't do that here. All the PTO is budgeted for. So if you don't take it, there's an issue. You need to take it. We've already done the math. The money's already been spent. Please go.
So it sounds like everything is like the way people think is different. They're thinking logically, they're thinking in terms of efficiency, and they're aimed at getting the best possible outcome. They're about optimizing their outcomes.
Correct. I'm going to say that from now on. Germans are very good at optimizing. They're very good at it. Even when it comes to like kids, like I know a lot of German kids who like they're just like, take you to school. Why would I do that? You can just walk to school. A lot of German kids just walk to school, but in the States, like walking to school is not a thing. Even in a lot of inner cities that I know, a lot of kids they don't walk to school. But here in Germany, they walk to school. Like they like that's your problem. You need to figure that out. Or they'll teach their kids how to do it, and then once their kids know how to do it, they're like, yeah, I don't have to worry about that.
So it sounds like a lot of the women there are frugal.
Very, very much so. And
And
I'm not saying it's all of them, but a large majority of them. Like there's like a meme out here. The meme is that like if you get with a German woman, you'll increase your salary by 50%.
because you'll find a way to cut costs. Yeah, that is. And I'm not trying to unnecessarily dog American women, but I mean, hell, let me dog them a little bit. They just spend. They know how to spend to a detriment, to a fault.
The best way I can put it is that Americans have lifestyle creep. Germans do not. At least most Germans I know, they do not have lifestyle creep. They live a very specific way. And the base salary for that lifestyle, they have it budgeted. So if they got $1 million tomorrow. A lot of Germans I know, they're like, oh, this is nice. And then they would put it away and continue to live the life they normally lived.
But they wouldn't go and buy a bunch of Birkin bags and Louis Vuitton bags and just go on a shopping spree.
Okay.
They might buy a single Birkin bag and go, wow, this Birkin is very nice. And then just hold on to that one Birkin.
Awesome. Any more questions, Johnny?
No, that about does it. Thanks.
Thank you, Johnny. Appreciate you, bro. Shout out to Mr. Jeremy Sears for the £8.90 cash app. Thank you very much for your support, Jeremy Sears. Appreciate you, bro. For your support, IP. Thank you, bro, for the support, Jeremy Sears, for the £8.90 cash app. Thank you, brother. Shout out to Jeremy Sears again for the £8.90 cash app. He says for handshake. Thank you very much for the support, Jeremy Sears. Hall of Fame member, long-time supporter. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you very much. Let me bring in Mr. Solly. You got your camera on, bro. Do you want to leave it on or do you want to turn it off? If so, turn it off right now, please, before I bring you on. Or give me a thumbs up. Okay, thank you, bro, for confirming. Let me just change my router settings because my internet's playing up again. Let me bring in Mr. Sully. Hey Sully, how you doing, bro?
Yeah, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, bro. How you doing? You okay?
Yes, I'm doing well.
Awesome, bro. Welcome. Do you have any questions for our guest, bro, about Germany?
Yes, most definitely. Yeah, so far, like from the stream, from where I pretty got, I really, you kind of influenced me to get my passport today. So I went out and got my passport. So obviously I got to wait 8 to 11 weeks, but I'm definitely gonna travel to Germany, and I'm 21. So me and my buddies, like, we're planning to go into Berlin as a group, and obviously we're only gonna be there for 7 days. But for the German girl, is it really that easy? Like, you would say it's really that easy,
Do you
Mr.
want me to
Tech?
answer that?
Me, can I
Oh, go on, technician.
let me ask you a couple of preliminary questions. I'm assuming you're American, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Are you on the East Coast or the West Coast?
Um, I'm in the I'm in the West Coast.
In the West Coast?
Yeah,
Okay. Just imagine. You asked me how easy it is. I'm sure you've been to a club before. Just imagine going into the club with your friends.
yeah.
You see a girl that looks at you. She looks at you for about 10 seconds or so, then looks back, right? You're sitting there minding your business, drinking your drink. And after about 5 minutes, she walks over and it's just like, what are you drinking? What would you do in that situation?
I would
That's
tell
a
her,
legitimate
like,
question.
yeah, I would just I'll start off my conversation right there. Typically in the States, I would say it's not hard for me to get women or anything. I'm just tired of their ideology. You know what I'm saying? I don't
I
like,
get you. That I mean, that's why I said,
yeah,
like, what would you do? So
What would you do in
you
that
would talk to
situation,
her.
bro?
Yeah, you would talk to her, right? Okay, so what would you talk to her about?
yeah. I would just like, I'll just start my conversation there and just, you know, it's just like in that moment, I had to like really be in that moment, but that would be a
I get you.
crazy moment. Yeah,
I get you. So
for
let me
sure.
let me tell you my first time in Berlin. Let me tell you how this went. I walked in, minding my business. I was like, oh, this is a really nice club. Talking with the bartender. She walks over and she looks at the bartender and is like, what was he drinking? I'll take one of those and get another one for him too. She's like, hi,
Oh,
my name is Alice. How are you? I'm like, how are you, Alice? She's like, I'm great. We sit and we chat for a little bit. After a while, she stops the conversation and she's like, do you mind if we go to my house?
wow. That's crazy.
If I had $1 for every time that's happened to me since I've been here, I'd have a few thousand.
Oh, wow.
Wow. That's really crazy. So you would say like me, so you would say like my 7 days of being there, you would say that basically I want to filter myself. I want to make sure for the YouTube algorithm, but you would say that um, one night stands are typically easy over there just by me
If
having.
you didn't hit nothing in 7 days, give me a call. I will refund your money.
Oh man.
Oh
Hey, you
man.
speaking facts. If you join the page one Diamond tier, there's a very explicit Germany stream on there, and I'm
Oh
dropping one
really?
again. Yeah, I'm dropping one again in the coming weeks. And yeah, if you can't, I mean, not that I promote that on this channel particularly, but if you really can't get any play there in Berlin, Germany, with any woman, you need to reevaluate your life. I'm not saying that in a bad way.
That's
It's
facts.
Yeah.
something
That's
is went wrong.
100% facts. There's
You
something
either
wrong with you.
you either smelt really bad, you must have wore some early 2000s G Unit sneakers, Sean John jeans, 4XL white tee like a gangster rapper. Something went really wrong there, bro. You cannot do well. You cannot not do well there in Germany. You have to do well. You have to do well, bro. You can be an average black man. You can be slightly overweight and you still get woman because you're black American.
I
Wow.
mean, that's
Let me
facts.
ask this
I mean,
technician. Can you list for us, right, clubs and bars and names that we should go to in Berlin, Germany? to get women?
Yeah,
Do
definitely.
you like so Afro? So the three biggest ones here are hip hop, techno, and Afro beats. So which one do you want? Or you want me to list all three?
All three, please, for the clubs and bars, please, for
So
each genre.
if you like Afro beats, there's something called like Raw. It's in Phoenix Sign. It's a place called Yam. There's Yam. There's Cassiopeia. There's Bada House. They're all like in the same little section, like the same little circle, and they have Afro beats from like these big promoters, like once or twice a month. So those clubs always good for Afrobeat stuff. There's another club called Gretchen. It's you can get there by the train. They always got Afrobeat stuff going on. If you like techno music, um, Berghain, if you can get in, Berghain. If you can't get into Berghain, Sisyphos and Renata are pretty good. But hip hop clubs, if you have to have hip hop clubs, Bricks, 808. Yeah, I would just say Bricks. Either Bricks, 808, or Weekend. Weekend is really nice. So those are my recommendations. I hang out at Weekend quite a bit. So
Awesome, bro. Let me ask you as well, brother. What's the STI STD rates in Berlin, Germany? Because I know that there's a lot of one night stands that are going over there. Are you concerned about that? Do you ask women, are they clean? Do you exchange test results? How do you navigate that scene there? And is it a problem there in Berlin, Germany?
um, if it is a problem, I haven't heard of it. Most people, especially like most women I know, like they usually will, especially if you're going to see them for a long time. I've heard this from coworkers and I've seen it myself. They will generally ask for a test. And if you give them one, they'll give you yours. If you ask, obviously. But if that's not something you're into, it's what did my coworker say? It's a don't ask, don't tell policy. So if you ask, then they'll tell. But if you don't ask, no one's telling. So it's up to you.
Okay. And brother, how are you navigating that yourself in Berlin with the woman? Are you asking, or are you watching how they do things if she could be out there? How you make sure you're protecting yourself and navigating that scene, bro?
Well, nowadays, like when I first got here, like I was a little wild, but I've kind of slowed down now. So I'm not really looking, but I just do the same. I tell everybody the same thing. Just if that's something you're very interested, if it's something you're really worried about, use protection. They sell condoms here, so you can get them. It's not hard. And I mean, if you're a foreigner, I mean, like getting access to a clinic is very easy if anything does happen. Especially if you plan on working here, if you pay taxes, like everything, all the medical care is subsidized. So they're not gonna just like throw you out. If you pay German taxes, you're entitled to healthcare here. So it's not too big of a deal. But if you're gonna protect yourself, obviously condoms and exchange tests when possible and necessary.
Awesome, bro. Fantastic. And transportation. I know you have 5 minutes, but public transportation, how is that like out there in Berlin, Germany? Is it efficient, or are you mostly walking or
It's
using Uber?
it's very efficient. You're gonna walk and take public transit. I mean, you can get a car, but people are just gonna laugh at you because there's nowhere to park. It's very expensive. You pay a lot of high registration tax for vehicles here. So, I mean, everyone takes the train. I mean, even Angela Merkel, when she was the chancellor, took the train basically for her entire term. So, if it's good enough for Angela, it's good enough for you. Bro, get on the train, walk.
Facts. Yeah, I would say the public transportation in Germany is very good. It can be
I
late,
can
but
I
it
can take more
works.
trains. I can take more questions. So if you have more questions, I'm here for a little bit longer.
Okay. Thank you, bro. Sully, do you have any more questions, bro? Sully?
Yeah, yeah. I just have a couple more. In Berlin, I think
Go for
IP
it.
said it too. I think in its like live stream about like Hamburg, are they not checking for the like German guys? Are they not checking for the mixed race like black and white? Are they like mostly like alone in Germany? If you know what I mean.
Mhm. Not really. Are you saying
Basically,
that? Are you asking if mixed base girls are Are German men checking for them? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, like typically, like from what I hear from, like even from like my roommate who's also from Germany, he said that typically those mixed race girls, they don't, nobody really goes after them or anything like that. So is that it in Berlin, Germany? Are they like
Interesting.
very,
Um,
is there a lot of them, or
there's a
that's what
lot
I'm
of
trying
them.
to figure.
There's a lot of them here. And as far as
Mm,
people like going for them, that's a toss up. I would say it depends. Most of the cases where I've seen a white man with a mixed race black girl, they grew up together. That's I've seen a lot of that. So most people I know,
He's got a point there, technician. I think I
yeah,
saw, you know, um, so in Hamburg, right? Um, I quickly saw who were the top-notch women there that the German guys liked the most, and it wasn't black women or mixed race black women. Um, like I said before in the stream, East Asian women are killing it right now. I really feel like, they are the top-notch women that a lot of guys are going for. White women here and there, Latinas, yes. Thai, definitely they got play in Hamburg. Um, I do feel like, black women, mixed race black women are being left out. But a technician says that isn't the case in Hamburg. He lives there, so I don't know. Go on, technician.
yeah, I would for Berlin, it's kind of a toss up, but I also think it's because Berlin is a very big multicultural city. And for Hamburg, I don't think so. But for Hamburg, I think this is more of the case. I think it's more of the case in Hamburg. Uh, Based off what I've seen here in Berlin, most of the mixed race black women that are in relationships with white men, like I said, they grew up together or they've known each other for a long time. So I mean, if you're looking for like a mixed race black girl here, you can feast. There's a lot of them.
and they're checking heavy,
And
right?
oh, check it, but that's not even a question. Like I'll put it this way: if you like mixed race black girls, if you go to any Afrobeat club or any like hip hop club, or if you like techno, because there are a lot of them that like techno. I know a lot of black dudes that like techno. If you go there, they'll gravitate towards you.
Wow. Well, thank you so much. Like that's all my questions. I appreciate you, IP, for bringing me on. I'm definitely gonna check out the Patreon, and once I go to Germany, because I am planning to go there, hopefully I could do a live stream of my experiences and let you know, IP. And
When are you going?
it,
When are you going to Germany, bro?
yeah, so my college roommate, we said we were gonna go in mid, I believe January, so the beginning of the year, of like for because I'm in school, college. We have a college break for 2 weeks, so we
Hmm.
planning on going around December, the ending of December to January, and we were planning
Awesome.
to go there for 7 days. So
But
yeah,
bear in mind that it's going to be very cold in Europe.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna
You
be
know,
cold, bro. But
it's,
but to your consolation, you'll be just in time to catch the tail end of the Christmas market. So come to the
oh,
Christmas
okay,
markets and get lit.
oh, okay.
okay,
I,
wow.
I, I'll look into that myself then. Interesting, technician. I've not been in Germany during Christmas. Okay. Thank you, bro.
Oh yeah,
Thank you,
it's a
sorry.
party.
It's a party, huh? Ah,
Yeah.
interesting. All right, thank you, bro. Um, you want to speak on that more on the Christmas party? What happens down there, bro? The women are out. Are they wearing bikinis?
In the cold, nah, they probably wear in Berlin. They're probably wearing the bikinis underneath the big ass coat they got.
Damn. So what happens there, bro? Is everyone partying in the streets, or there particular clubs for these Christmas parties? Break it down for us, bro.
Nah, people are usually outside for the Christmas markets. It's big markets. You can go out, eat food, but the Glühwein is what people go for. The Glühwein and Like it's like mulled wine, and people kind of just like sip that and just be happy outside and just enjoying the holidays. But it's a very fun time. It's a very good time to be social.
Awesome. Thank you very much, technician. Um, I'm gonna end the stream now. It is late over there in Germany. Late over there for me. I don't think it's fair for the brother to be up this late as he's not in America. So technician, thank you very much. Apologies, Fletcher Smith, but it is super late. So I apologize for that, bro. Sully, do you have any closing statements, Sully, before I end the stream?
Um, no, that seems about it. I think he explained everything. As long as you're,
Internet, bro.
you know, yeah.
Can't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me? Hello?
What's going on here, bro?
Oh.
All right. Thank you, Sully. I didn't hear that, but thank you, bro. Johnny Walker, do you have any closing statements before I end the stream, bro?
I do. Everyone, get your passport and sign up for IP's Patreon. That's it. And thank you to Mr. Technician for coming on and sharing his experiences.
No worries, no worries. I am on Discord in case anyone wants to ask me any questions. I do check it. So feel free to vent all your grievances with me there.
Mr. Technician, do you have any closing statements, bro?
Yes, Pete, come to Germany. I'm sure, but I'm sure eventually the German government will pay me for shilling their country so hard. Yeah, if you guys want any other advice about Germany, Berlin, Hamburg, Leipzig, Munich, Dusseldorf, feel free to talk to me in Discord. I'll answer any questions you got, and I plan on doing a lot more of these if IP lets me, especially when I go to other parts of the world. I plan on going to the Philippines pretty soon. If not the Philippines, then I'll probably go back to Spain. We'll see.
Oh, awesome, bro. Please let me know when you're making those chips, bro. That'll be fantastic. And Johnny Walker says we got to speak about Munich at some point. Yes, indeed. I will set up a stream with technician in the future regarding the other cities in Germany and how they work. How does that sound, technician?
Sounds good.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. Shout out to the boss, Mr. Jeremy Sears, for the £4.39 cash app. He says, great stream. Thank you for the kind words, Jeremy Sears. Appreciate you, bro. Awesome, awesome. So great stream. So huge thank you to everyone who called in, those who liked the video, those who cashed up in super chat. Your support has been greatly appreciated. Look forward to my stream tomorrow. You're going to see details about that in a couple hours time. Join the Patreon Diamond tier, support the movement, the channel. Donations be greatly appreciated. Like this video, share the channel, and I will see you brothers on my next video. Thank you very much to our guests again, and I'll see you brothers very soon. Peace out, brothers. Thank you.
Ciao.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate you.